I have to mute the memes channel.
Okay, so it is being recorded now, and so we'll begin. So it is a summer evening in Vierton City, where the Dungeon Delvers Guild is located. The Dungeon Delvers Guild, as you're all very much aware, is one of the largest source of adventurers in the kind of the region. Very well known for their adventurers, their soldiers, their treasure hunters, anybody that you would need to go accomplish some sort of daring or dangerous mission or retrieving anything. The Dungeon Delvers Guild is there to supply the manpower. And today we have 4 adventurers, or 4, should I call you heroes? We have, just introducing from left to right on the Roll20 screen, Queen Matey, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello. My real name is just Matey, but I've got a ghost living inside my head who seems very insistent on making me refer to myself as royalty. So I'm going to actually do that this session because I kept forgetting in all the others.
Excellent. And then next over would be Naru.
I'm a bard. I do music magic. Sorry, forgot to mention. Bye.
Hello, I'm Naru. I'm a fire genasi sorcerer. I am level very high in sorcery, and I do have a little bit of bardship that I have learned just because I want to be able to perform, because it would be fun to juggle fire. Yeah.
Excellent. And next over is our one and only Tabby.
Hi, I'm Tabby. I'm a golden dragonborn barbarian. Been hanging out with Naru and Sageatta from, oh god, it's been a long time. I've been with the guild for a long time. I guess you could call me a senior member. Some people call me a hero. I'm just not really for that. Seen some interesting faces come and go through the guild. It's been fun to watch, but bigger jobs call for bigger people. So I'm one of the people that typically steps up, and I fall around this one, and she will point directly to Naru and make sure she doesn't light shit on fire. So that happens. But she's one of my best friends and I love her. So what can I say?
She still lights stuff on fire.
She still lights stuff on fire. That is something I can say.
And then last but definitely not least are everyone's favorite 4 legs. That would be Sageatta,
who may be muted.
I am Sageatta. I am a centaur of the northern tribes, up in the mountains, where the mountains and the plains and the forests meet. Met up with the Naru on an adventure where I was protecting some 2 legs, and got involved with the guild and have been on many adventures with Tabby and Naru. Lately, I have started into the business of dragon slaying after we've taken down 2 dragons, and I am currently hunting a 3rd who is a bit elusive.
Perfect. So this is our motley crew for the evening. So starting off just kind of with intros, everyone's fairly aware of kind of the city that the guild is in. It's not really a place where you see like too much activity happening. It's fairly well run. There might be like a thieves guild or something to that effect in the city, but it's for the most part it's not really bothersome in any realm that would be requiring the Dungeon Delvers Guild to step in. So it's pretty much an area where you're all on your kind of downtime or just kind of hanging out in between. This is usually where you find guild assignments inside the signature tavern on the bulletin board, is where jobs are all posted up. And there's kind of it's been very active. All the other adventurers that you kind of familiar faces you've seen amongst everyone else, they're all out on different quests and adventures, and it's pretty much not too many people are inside the guild hall at this point. Now, Naru and Tabby and Sageatta, you are going to be here in the guild hall. What would bring you here for the time being, or are you just kind of in between adventures and just kind of hanging out, or what would you be doing?
I have a bone to pick with Tabby. Because I'm pretty sure she went up to my village without me.
I didn't technically go to your village. I went above your village.
My village is pretty far north. You can't really go much further.
Yeah, you can.
Well,
And
you
I
can.
did. And I
But-
did.
You, without me, I was gonna take you there. We were gonna have fun.
We can go back. He says I can come back and visit.
Who's he?
It's the Cyclops Warforged that made me this belt. She'll point down to the new belt that is around her waist.
That's not the point. We were gonna go on an adventure together.
We
You left
can go.
me.
We
and I
can go
was
back.
sad. I was very
It-
sad.
If it makes any difference, I did not meet a single person in your hometown, so you still have everybody you can introduce me to.
Yay!
God, she's easy to please. Thank God.
So as Naru and Tabby are just at a table, I imagine, having maybe supper or something like that. So
Genasi juice.
Totally having Genasi juice. By the way, I rolled a freaking 20, natural 20 on knowledge of the area for knowing about the Cyclops. So I totally could have helped you with it, but
Yep, you as well as
It's fine.
Sageatta would know of the story of where this
I've-
ancient
I've-
Cyclops castle would have been up there in the mountains of the north. So if and that's now an open place on the map if anybody wants to go to there for shopping purposes, you just have to make the climb or get there from other
Sageatta
means.
would have gone up with Tab. I haven't actually done the shopping yet, but Sageatta went up there with Tabby. But we did bypass the village.
Yeah, so Naru, your hometown is still safe and undiscovered, except for
yeah, I'm really worried that if Tabby or Sageatta get there, they might, destroy it in some way or another.
sure
Not by
they
fire.
would.
You're
Not by
worried.
fire, because, the village is pretty fireproof. I've already tested it.
Yeah, the only person in game, just kind of an out of character note, that's gone to Naru's village is actually Sammy's character, and I can't remember what his name is. It's his ranger rogue assassin person. What's his name? I might have to look it up, but he's the only person who's gone there actually in character in game.
Nice.
So that's
I imagine that the Centaur tribes know about them, the firebenders or fire users, but they just kind of avoid them.
The problem that you get is that
Sean
road-
Conaway.
the
Sean
road is
Conaway.
not very well maintained because they only use it like once a year.
Yeah, if there's anything that Tabby's recently discovered is that those mountain trails are not well maintained at all.
No,
No,
they're not.
no,
So-
the village is well maintained. Most of it, at least, not all of it.
So, bringing you back, so we have Naru, Tabby, and Sageatta here in the guild hall. Now, Matey, are you going in your kind of off time or alone time, whatever he's doing? Would you be in the guild, or would you be kind of out somewhere else in the town?
No, Matey would probably be in the guild, just performing,
Okay,
doing
so
his usual shtick of violining.
so you'd probably
Violin.
so you are on the
I'll
stage
stop
then,
now.
kind of doing your performance. Why don't you roll me a performance check?
Why don't I? I won't because my character sheet isn't opening. There we go. 27.
So you are basically absent-mindedly playing, and it's excellent.
Yeah, for once he's not singing. He's just playing a few shanties.
Now, Matey, it's a good thing that you aren't singing because your your hand continues to play your violin, but inside your mind you hear kind of a shout, a feminine cry, and this ghost of the queen of hold on.
Neria.
Neria. I think I forgot what her name was, but the Queen of Neria, the ghost of her, that's kind of plagued your mind, screams out, and for a moment you just see a vision. And I'm going to shift over because you kind of have an out of body experience. and you see looking over Vierton and kind of the night sky, it's a full moon. You see a flash of almost a demonic visage of this beast, this demonic creature roaring, and he's got his double blades, as you can see if you're all on the correct page. Can you see that?
Yes,
Okay.
he looked
Uh,
very.
Yep.
So
He looked angry.
he holds his
He is the
swords up in
skulls
the
of
air.
his enemy.
Yes. And he
Angry
roars
boy.
and he shouts and he says, "I am coming for you, Queen. Prepare to die. I shall level your city." And he holds his sword forth, and then there's a burst of flame, and you see all around him just fireballs beginning to launch forth, and your visage kind of returns back to normal, and you're back inside the tavern, and you know something is very, very wrong. And that's where we begin tonight's session. As Matey, your violin doesn't stop playing. You with a 27, you just kind of like autopilot. You're still continuing to play. Tabby, Naru,
Yeah,
and
my violin.exe is running in the background.
that's beautiful. So Naru, Tabby, and Sageatta, you don't notice anything different, but for Matey, it's almost maybe your eyes flicker or something as you kind of have this connection with the ghost of the queen. And
Hey,
what do
Adrian,
you do? Yeah.
can I just have this feeling right now and just be like, it wasn't me, having no idea why I'm saying it?
Yeah, you stand up all of a sudden. You shout that out.
After returning from the Cyclops with Tabby, he's probably looking around for Isabel and Nix and Ragoff and them to see if they have any more word on where. Why am I blanking on the dragon's name?
We'll
Suo.
just
Suzu. Yeah, he's probably asking around if anyone has heard any more news on Suzo.
Can we just call him Soup Face?
Sure, because once we kill him, I'm going to be turning his hide into something. It could be a suitcase.
I said Soup Face, but that works. We'll just call him Suitcase.
Okay. So, Matey, what do you do?
Matey finishes the song that he was playing and sort of smacks the side of his head like you would an old TV. Just try. Will you shut up in there?
There's silence.
Getting your wires
Thank
crossed.
you. Like he goes to play again and then just goes, "Oh shit, that was probably serious." He will hop down and walk over to Naru and Tabby, who are drinking together, I think.
Yes.
Are they?
Yeah,
drinking
we're
together?
drinking together.
Oi, you two, sober up.
It's non-alcoholic.
It's just chocolate milk. Calm down, dude.
Hot chocolate milk.
Hot chocolate milk.
Sorry.
Yes.
So, sorry, I'm used to everybody around me being a drunkard. You know how it was.
Not
back on the end.
today.
That's not important right now. That's not important right now.
We're
We might
testing-
have an issue on our hands.
What do you mean?
More important than chocolate cow juice.
Yes, apparently.
More important that you remember how I mentioned that I've got a demon living inside my motherboard?
I think I remember hearing something about this. Yes.
For those of you who do not know, I have a demon living inside my motherboard, and I think something's coming for her, which means they're coming for me, which means they're coming for the city because I'm very important. You know, I'm the queen. She's the queen. You fucking know what I mean. Look, we've got a problem.
What is coming for the city?
Yeah, hold on. So first
Something-
off,
Something big, angry, demon, sword, fire, probably
Fire.
explosion. Didn't see any explosions, but probably explosions.
is
You
it
have convinced Naru that whatever you're talking about is of the most importance after saying fire. Then it's like, okay, yes, this is important.
no, hold on. Question, Matey.
Aye.
Great. Is it coming? You said it's coming after you, the queen in your brain. So it's coming here to Vierton City?
Wait. What's the name of the queen in your brain?
What is Matey like smacks the side of his head again? Oi, what's your name?
How about you roll me a history check?
With disadvantage because he's hitting his head.
Well, I was gonna say with advantage because it's been cursing him.
That's
and
true.
I'm gonna try to find it.
Sageatta
You
walked
roll-
back over the table with 3 Dionysian juices.
Oh, 11.
I feel like that should be enough for the Queen of Vierton. Because a lot of people have done the
It should
dungeons.
be, but I
Yeah.
don't have it written down, not even on her token. That's so bad.
Can we find out enough to connect it to the ghost of the person in him is the
I don't
same?
know if you ever named her.
Oh, I did
As
name
the-
her. I don't
the
think
queen?
it came out, but
Because what I'm wanting to know is if I can figure out if I can connect to ask if it's actually going after Matey or the actual queen. So
You can
whether we need
certainly
to
try to connect. Do you go through Wi-Fi or Bluetooth?
I will roll for intelligence, I think. I don't know. What am I rolling? History?
Roll for Wi-Fi.
Roll for Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. 14. What do I have any bonuses to that?
I think you have a 0, don't you?
I have a whole 0 bonus.
I mean, you can definitely connect, but your ping isn't very great.
Oh yeah. It's slow internet. Yavanna. Queen Yavanna.
You know, oh, Queen of Wands.
Thank you.
Okay.
Looks like
You've
it's
been
coming
acting-
better.
Look,
Do
man,
I
you-
really want to ask this, but I don't know if Naru is intelligent enough to ask if we should be protecting Matey, the Queen of Matey, or the Queen Yavanna. So I'm partially conflicted.
Look, so what I saw, because I had a wee vision just now, what I saw was this creature attacking this city here, you know, where the guild hall is, where we are, where I currently am. So it might be a good idea if we try to not let that happen.
You've been acting strange ever since the fire festival and those 3 demons.
Actually, that reminds me. Did you ever
I was
find
just-
out if we all got statues?
I have been trying to get my house built. So not quite.
I did specifically say in my song that we better all get statues, comma, you bastards.
I
So-
made sure that your names were at least put carved there. Convincing,
Nemerals.
convincing them to like carve full statues would take more work. But your names are at least there.
Matey,
I can
if they
certainly try. You were getting
if
off
they don't-
topic. Sorry, what were you
i-
saying?
if they don't build you a statue out in like the public square, I'll put a statue in my lawn of you.
That'll do. But make sure it's got a crown. So, we've got a wee bit of an issue going on here.
Were they going to destroy the city or you? Because maybe we can change locations to be better prepared for fire. Because fire
I saw
burns
something along
buildings.
the lines of fireballs and explosions. Not really anywhere particularly aimed.
So this demon is coming after you. Did the demon have a name?
Oi, Queenie, did he have a name? He seems to know you. Do you know him?
so let's see. There's no rules on interacting with the queen per your ability page, right?
No, he's just like looking slightly upwards and yelling into essentially the air in the hopes that she'll respond.
Okay.
Sometimes she does.
Roll a percentile dice. You'll actually have to beat a 30%, so 30 or higher. So you have a pretty strong chance of her responding.
Yeah.
So, Matey, your eyes kind of flash, and you see the queen in kind of your field of vision, kind of standing kind of right next to Tabby, actually. However, she's completely transparent and nobody else can see her. And she points basically up to the ceiling and she says, "The Syndraman, the World Ender, the Hellbringer is out to get me. He's out to get you too, matey. Naria shall fall if you don't stop this." She begins to fade.
Matey would like to use a reaction. I would like to flip her off as she leaves.
All of a sudden, Matey's hand just like up into the air, and he's basically doing it to Tabby because of the proximity.
Tabby's eyes narrow, and she slowly reaches for her maul.
I'm flipping off the space directly next to you.
It's hold on. Let's hold on. Does she understand that? No.
Smartest one in the world.
Person in the guild.
Her eyes narrow, and she slowly goes for her maul. Like, what did you?
You have gotten suicidal in your old age, two legs.
He's about to become no legs if he keeps glaring at me and flipping me off.
I'm sorry. Is there something you want to say to me?
You want to go?
Do you want to go, kiddie?
Tabby, fireballs. Hold on. Okay. So, where is this destruction and brimstone going to happen?
Let's go. Initiative. I'm kidding.
So,
I'm kidding.
for the record,
that's a natural 20 on initiative.
Why is it blue?
Because I rolled a natural 1 and I roll with advantage on initiative and rolled a natural 20.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Hover over it. It's true.
So yeah, Matey will explain what the Queen just said to him. The World Ender, she called him. He's coming for her, and by extension, me. And by the sound of it, it's not exactly like he's planning to leave this place intact.
What if we just like move locations? Would that change the target, or would he still go for the city even if you're not in it? I feel so smart right now.
You grow up so fast. You're almost the second smartest person in the guild.
I know, Tabby. I feel like being close to you has like made me smarter.
He shouldn't be.
It happens.
He shouldn't be able to have that much strength to come yet. He's still sending minions. If this is the demon that plagues the north.
What is the?
Wait, can you close the door?
If he's tracing, don't draw me that look. If he's chasing after you, matey. If he's chasing after you, matey, or Her Majesty, then leaving Vierton City sounds like a good option. It should chase her, not come to the city, right?
We can fight him a lot better in the wilderness.
If there is some way to get me out of here a bit quicker than I can move naturally, he gives a very pointed look at Naru.
You're not
Perhaps
riding
by
me.
some way of making me fly. I wasn't even fucking looking at you, arsehole.
Draw a happier expression, and maybe we'll know you're not glaring at everybody.
Don't push me, two legs.
Sageatta, listen, like,
well, I mean,
I understand he's pissing you off, but if it's coming after him, we can't let it destroy the guild.
Sorry, I was talking and I was muted. Oh my gosh. I said people are a lot more forgiving when you destroy. Hello?
We're in a bit of an argument. Matey is drawing consecutively bigger, angry eyebrows on his faceplate.
Okay, guys, let's burn a forest instead of a village. People are more forgiving that way. And I think it's time for Inspector Matey.
I hate flying.
Yes.
I'm gonna vomit.
Fly, fly. Don't worry, Tabby. I'll hold on to you and we can go really fast. It'll be fun.
I'm gonna vomit. I'm gonna
It's fine.
vomit if you hold on to me.
Good.
No, it's not good. A trail of dragonborn vomit falling from the sky is not good. No. The only reason that you got away with it last time is because I was in battle mode.
This two-legged is not pissing me. It's not pissing me off to that degree yet.
Good.
Yeah.
It's not pissing you off to the point you're gonna vomit.
If you are unwilling, you do not have to fly. However, I don't think you'll be there as fast, so you might want to get a horse.
I don't even know if I have a
You
horse.
stupid fleshies with your stomachs and your appendixes. What the hell even are those? What are they even used for? I don't know.
See if I know.
Ugh.
Do-do. So do we want to get out of Dodge now? Anything we need?
Yeah, we should probably move. Who would be giving out or selling potions at this time of night?
Guildmaster, maybe? The guild keep some on hand for sale?
Possibly.
I've got my equipment here.
So I'm gonna pause just real quick inside the tavern because that's close enough.
I have like
So-
8 healing potions.
Okay.
I don't know why I have so many.
I have 3.
Just remember, I'm definitely not Ragoth.
So
Wait.
outside the guild, Ragoth, what has been your most recent adventure, either canon or if you just want to make something up that's non-canon, just as like your previous off-screen adventure?
He would have been. He was actually probably out to the south, just visiting with some of the shopkeepers, seeing how everything was over there.
So it's
Mhm.
dusk. It's beautiful summer evening. Definitely no like forest fire smoke that's been going on in the real world. It's a very pleasant, very clear skies, and bright moon. And as soon as you kind of go back, you exit the shop and you're going to be headed back to the guild hall. You look up and you see enormous streaks of light coming down from the sky. It looks to be fire of some sort from the heavens, from who knows where. That's what you know with a 14 perception.
Okay.
By the way, I'm getting ready to cast Fly on us. And Tabby, you gonna fly or are you not gonna fly?
It's just, oh my god.
If not, I'll just use the 4th level spell. Sageatta, do you need? I don't think you need to fly. You're really fast. It's fine.
Centaurs do not.
Fly. I know.
I do not fly.
Okay.
But I am pretty
So-
fast.
So I
Fi-
cast
Fine.
Tabby.
Fine.
Okay, I cast Shoo, Fly. You guys
Ugh.
now have like a flamey aura around you, except for Matey, which if you want to explain what happens when Fly is cast on you, go ahead.
So the magic Naru uses coincidentally happens to have a similar wavelength to some long forgotten upgrades inside of Matey's chassis. And the long story short is some propellers fold out of his head and just start spinning like a helicopter.
I should have done this outside.
So do I
Yeah,
understand-
that would have been smart. I can't stop these.
So who
May
who
I
has
make
flight?
an acrobatics check to get out of the guild without hitting
Yeah.
anybody?
You need to get out of Dodge.
I go outside through the door and
So
start heading towards the closest exit of the city.
as
Think-
you're about to emerge from the guild hall, Ragoth, what would your actions be as you see this what looks to be meteorites coming down from the heavens, like some sort of
As he's looking, he would probably. I'm guessing he'd probably be walking back to the tavern because it's nighttime. He wouldn't really be needing to fly. He'd be starting to spread his wings and start getting some air to try and figure out what these things actually are.
Okay, so as you take flight, you can roll a nature check.
Nature. Oh boy. I'm a genius, don't you know?
You are not the smartest one in the guild.
They look to be meteorites coming down from the sky, from the heavens. With the 10, you wouldn't be able to estimate really how much time they're gonna take to get here, but they're coming down.
All right. How far away do they look to me?
Miles.
It's like
They're
a
traveling
mile?
miles, multiple miles. They're
Okay.
extremely like fast moving as meteors, but they are very far away still. And then as you're kind of flying up there, kind of above the city. Again, I'll shift you guys back. Actually, let me copy your tokens first.
Mhm.
I'll shift back over to here. And Ragos, you are kind of flying just above the city there. And then who's got
Yeah.
fly on them from the guild hall?
Matey, myself, and Tabby.
Okay.
Begrudgingly.
So you are flying. Sageatta, you're just running the streets.
Waka, 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 waka.
You have coconuts in your hand.
I couldn't. I was trying to set up my soundboard and couldn't do it in time, so I had to improvise.
Yeah, I was doing I have a movement speed of 50, but yeah, he's just on the streets, moving the same direction on the ground.
Eric, you need like some coconuts, so you can.
You have your hands on coconuts and you're banging them together.
Oh god, I'm crying.
Me too.
Oh, I
my
can't
God.
breathe. Oh boy. Oh, mate, that was perfect. Oh boy.
So everybody who now emerges from the tavern, so the four of you, please roll your own perception checks.
Certainly.
Perception. 17.
I don't see anything.
Oh shit, that's
Nice. Good roll.
nearly nat 20. That's a 19.
Okay. So Matey, especially the fact that you are kind of indirectly the cause of this, you can see that these meteors that are coming down are descending down towards the city, and they'll be here probably within the next minute or 2 minutes. Impact
shit.
is imminent, and they do seem to be tracing towards the guild hall, considering that was your location. You can also see, and nobody else rolled above a 20, so a 24, you will also be able to see beyond where these meteors are coming from. There's a very strange, almost a disc, almost like it's an extra moon, except it's not the moon. It's something that's behind where these meteors are coming from, some sort of illuminated sphere-looking thing, and this is where another burst of meteorites launch forth from. You can take that knowledge and make whatever interpretations of it as you see fit.
Might want to tell Sageatta to evacuate the bar.
Yeah. So Jetta, you can see these meteors as well. So can Tabby, Naru, you would see the meteors, but you don't have any idea kind of the source or like when they're gonna land.
But we do know they're gonna hit the guild hall.
You can tell that, yeah.
Like, out of the bar now, two legs.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
You realize a charisma is my dump stat.
Come on.
Can I assist him in this as well? Oh, wait, he already has advantage.
Roll again. Come on, Eric. Ouch.
Oh my fucking god.
Can I say we got fire hail incoming, guys? Might want to move it unless you want to die here tonight. Can I roll as well, Adrian?
Yeah.
Persuasion?
Yes, it'd be persuasion with advantage because you guys are yelling
Plus
so much.
10.
So yeah, so people are
10,
kind of
20.
jumping up. The people that are all here are going to be very low level characters or not even adventurers that just like to hang out with and be in proximity with the adventurers because it's a cool place to be. But with a 20, you get the attention of the guildmaster himself, and Takarov comes out from the office that he's in, and he says, "What's going on?"
I point up. It wasn't me.
It wasn't her
Matey
this
would
time,
like
sir.
Fire
Matey
from
would
the
like
heavens!
to yell. Matey would like to scream down at them, "Get the fuck out of there now!" May
Sir,
I make an intimidation check?
You absolutely can. Are you still in the streets, or did you guys come back inside the guild?
I mean,
I'm
Matey
at
is
kind of
just
at the door.
screaming.
I'm just at the
Ma-
door of
ma-
like the entrance. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Matey is in the air, but he is screaming.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, roll an intimidation. And then
I yell at Taco,
uh,
fire from the heavens!
would that be normal or advantage?
if you're just from the upstairs, like from the outside, then it'd be normal. I have suspicious that you will not need to really have an advantage. And I was correct. Yeah, your booming robotic matey voice echoes through the whole city, actually, or at least a couple blocks. And you can see, especially with Sageatta saying that there's fires coming from the heavens, the guildmaster jumps back into his office to grab something. Ragoth, what do you do? You're kind of flying. You can hear all this. You can see your allies there, kind of springing into action.
Seeing all of them being as worried as they seem to be, he who all is outside of the guild hall right now?
Sounds like Matey and then Sageatta. Did you go back? You did go back inside, didn't you?
He's still at the door yelling in to them.
I recommend to Matey to probably try to move his location if he's the one being targeted.
Yeah.
Where's the
That's-
closest edge of the village?
Yeah, that's a fair idea. Matey will fly as fast as he can towards the nearest edge of the village and see if the fireballs change course.
Okay. So as you're doing that, what's your fly speed?
I believe
Fly
it's
speed
60.
is fly 60 feet.
So a dash for
Yeah.
120.
Yeah.
So you are able to start just flying straight towards the edge of the town, and 6 seconds, 120 feet per round. Essentially, it only takes you, 30 seconds before you get to the edge of town, and then from there you can see within that time the next kind of wave of these meteors that are shooting out are beginning to change and it's like if you ever seen an anti-aircraft cannon shooting up at airplanes and it's
Yeah.
just streaking, that's what's happening, and it's homing in towards you.
All right. If that's the case, Ragoth will fly to get up with Matey. Matey is significantly faster than him.
What's your
Because he
fly
only has a 40 fly speed.
Okay, so you can dash for 80.
I mean, Matey is a fucking helicopter.
Yeah.
It's
So
a little Apache.
Inspector Matey is moving a decent bit faster than me, but he's trying to keep up. And he has his great sword at the ready, and he's there to basically just give an assist. And Matey from behind you here, the hell's going on?
I'll explain later. Let's go.
All right,
Okay.
no fly with him.
So the guildmaster kind of comes out, and he's got this purple robe on, and it's just covered with like stars and moons and very, very much wizardy looking robes. And he's holding his wand, and he says, "Get out of the guild hall now!"
Tabby's gonna follow with Naru kind of down to the people, and then she's gonna look at Naru and Sageatta and say, "Look, we gotta go. We gotta go now because if something's coming after Matey, we gotta get it away from the city. And it looks like Ragoth and Matey are both heading that way. Let's go. And
There was a demon too, and I start flying.
her attention will move to Sageatta, and she says, I know you hate flying, but I can probably carry you, and it'd be quicker.
He's pretty fast even without flying.
Okay.
Eric? Eric?
Oh, he says only until we hit the countryside.
Okay, gotcha. So she's going to fly behind Sageatta, wrap her arms as much as she can around his human waist, and pluck him from the ground and fly.
Okay. So as you're retreating from the city, Takarov is going to come out of the guild hall, and he flies up into the air, hovering above the guild. Shut up. This is serious.
Oh my god.
I can hear her stomping with laughter upstairs. This is ridiculous. It's Takarov. Talk with the guildmaster. And he flies up above the guild himself as well. And you guys at this point are all kind of flying away from the city. So you're headed that direction, it looks like. And as the meteors begin to descend down, he holds up his wand, and his shield, a huge shield, springs forth from the wand. And the first meteorites hit it and are kind of deflected off to the sides. And Takarov goes sailing back down into the ground and crashes into a dusty heap. But the meteors that were going to hit the city in this area are all redeflected off to the sides. And several houses and buildings do get hit on the outskirts of the town, and then just over the walls into the kind of fields beyond. But the damage is minimalized, and the Takarov guildmaster lies in the streets. And that's the last you see from here as you're all fleeing the city. And let me copy you again.
I only have 11 Skyforge arrows. Hopefully we won't need more than that.
Oops.
Oh, Adrian.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
Didn't
I'm
have a
proud.
meaning for it. So Naru's flying on her own, Matey's flying on his own, Ragoth is flying on his own, Tabby's holding Sageatta.
Yep.
What a sight that would be.
Naru and Tabby are flying like Superman. Ragoth's got his wings, and then there's just
Inspector Matey.
Inspector Matey.
He even
Actually,
has
Tabby is not quite
even-
flying like Superman. She's flying like somebody carrying a centaur. Yeah.
She probably looks like Iron Man carrying like the Incredible Hulk or some shit.
And I probably look more like who's the Fantastic Four, the flame flying guy?
Flame on. that guy.
the
Torch.
Human Torch.
The Human
I
Torch.
probably look more like the Human Torch, personally, but you know.
Once we do
Okay,
get
fair enough.
outside of the city walls and he won't have to like navigate
Mhm.
city streets, he does want you to put him down.
Oh yeah, and Tabby would totally oblige.
Yeah, and you can all see that. I mean, there's like a maybe a minute and a half delay between where these fireballs are launching from to when they're actually impacting. So the fact that you're outrunning it is no big deal with your speed. However, you can clearly see that they are streaking towards where your location is. And you make it outside the city, and the impacts are not going to affect any people, except for just the kind of scorching the land, which can be kind of taken care of. But what do you guys do now?
I'm holding the fly spell with my concentration right now.
Do I know of any place around with my like survival or knowledge nature or something like that of a place where we could hold up a more defensive position around the area?
You can roll a survival check. Yeah.
Oh, Matey can't get bardic inspiration on himself, so I'm like, Matey, I believe in you and your royal highness, and I cast bardic inspiration on him.
24 to know
Royal
of a
Highness.
place in the area that would be a good place we could defend better.
Yep. You can find multiple different ones. There's kind of a place that's been logged, so it's just a bunch of kind of stumps and fields and kind of empty lands. That's not going to really impact anybody if it gets torched. But there's no
Exactly.
like that would just be a place for you to kind of get yourselves time.
He would yell up to the people in the air. It's like this way, and then take off full sprint or full gallop across the land.
Rygoth will follow.
Okay. So yeah, you can retreat up to kind of, let's just say it's like around here. These kind of empty fields where you're not going to harm too much wildlife by having these meteorites landing. So you can retreat to that location, and you just start to hear these like sonic booms of these impacts of the meteors as they just repeatedly, like one every couple seconds, it seems like boom, boom, boom. And looking back behind you, you can see the explosions. It's like bombs going off. Yeah, you retreat to this kind of glade, this forested clearing. You kind of all land together, and what do you do?
This demon comes from the sky. I do not think it is. It is apocalypse. It is
I'm,
still a threat.
in all fairness, I'm less concerned about the demon at this point than I am about where the hell the meteors are coming from that's destroying the town, and it's most likely going to shift here to try to destroy Matey. By the way, hey Regoth. Anyway, how do we stop? How do we stop those? That needs to be our number one priority right now until the demon actually shows up.
Matey
Well,
raises his hand.
Yes. She'll point to Matey.
If you'd look where I'm pointing, where I'm pointing, he's actually pointing upwards. The meteors are coming. The fireballs are coming from a fixed point somewhere above the town. Now, if I had to guess, and this is a guess, granted, I don't actually know this for sure, that would be a gateway into one of the dungeons that we've explored, or more accurately, like one of the gateways into the dungeons that we've explored. I think we need to go up there. And I think my voice has changed, so I'll be back in a second once I've got the voice back.
So take the fight to their turf. I mean, that would save us a lot of time. That would also save the city if it would stop them.
how do we get back?
So I will give this because Matey, you came to that conclusion on your own. I'm not going to make you roll for it. Matey, you are correct. This is a Narian dungeon which is spawned somehow. However, it's not.
Outside of Naru.
You're nowhere near Naria. You are in Vierton, so this is something definitely you've never heard of before. But if it is the same type of thing, then there would be a dungeon entrance somewhere nearby, which would basically portal you to the dungeon itself. And you can roll an Arcana or I don't think a knowledge or nature check would be appropriate. So you can roll an Arcana check additionally if you want.
Matey would like
Arus.
to smack on the side of his head and try to invoke the Queen to get some bloody answers.
Okay, roll your percentile dice.
Yes.
Nope,
No,
she is not
no
listening to
answer.
me.
No answer. You suspect that there is a bunch of chaos going on in your motherboard, and she's probably dealing with something to her own malware? What, I don't know, whatever it's called. You're better at that terminology.
Alright, so that bitch is hiding herself in one of my subroutines, so we need to figure this out ourselves.
I've heard about these. Means there's a door somewhere up there in the sky. You might have to carry Sageatta.
More flying.
Yep.
So
I do not like this idea.
Makes
Also,
sense.
avoiding fireballs that are
yeah, you
trying
can
to
see
come
that
down
they're
and pelt
streaking
us out
towards
of the
you.
sky.
It's almost time to move. So you probably will have to start flying and riding, or galloping, I guess is a better term. And you kind of shift locations, kind of going. You haven't quite made a circle in this glade, but you move to like the next position so that the fireballs that are coming down and meteorites, they're impacting safely away from you.
I'm trying to think.
Draw him out here.
I'm trying to think if Tabby has ever been inside one of the portals.
I don't think Tabby has ever been in an area dungeon.
Ragoth
I
has.
Either.
I had a good talk with Lorray about one.
But Ragoth has specifically been in one. If
Ragoth's-
anybody can find one, it would probably be him.
Ragoth's first game was in one, so
And
he
so was
knows
Matey's.
these pretty well.
Matey's
Yeah,
been in a couple
mean,
too.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
it was
Mate-
me and Matey, the original duo.
Yeah, remember
Naru
how
had
I've
a good
got a
talk with
demon?
Lorray.
Remember how the demon in my motherboard is kind of the whole
Thorvin
reason behind this?
Yeah.
That happened in the dungeon.
Thorvin was in that dungeon with you too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, with this information, you're beginning. You retreat to another open space where you can avoid the strikes. And what do you do?
Look, we got to find the entrance, but it sounds like there's one of two options. It's either in the sky or on the ground. Who's been in one of those things?
Ragoth raises a
Uh,
hand.
So does Matey.
Great, both of you go up in the air and figure out where it is, and we'll make a beeline for that. If it's on the ground, we have a better shot of getting there. But if it's up in the sky, then we need to fly, and we need to go now.
All right.
Yeah, Matey will take that Arcana check, please.
Okay, roll your Arcana, and then you can also roll a Perception check. Also, if you're starting to scan for things.
May I roll one as well?
Perception, yes.
Yeah. That's what I was referring to.
Way.
That was a 7 again. Jeez.
So a 16 Arcana is not enough to reveal any additional information for what's going on. However, as maybe you fly straight up into the air, probably 200 feet, and you start scanning the area with a 24 perception. You do see something that you've never seen before in this landscape, and you've been around Vierton enough to kind of know generally the landmarks. You see what looks to be the Ailstorm, and it's in the midst of kind of one of the more swampy, the hills area, over by Vierton. But that is definitely the Ailstorm. With a 24, it's not just a ship that's been kind of sunken in the land.
This is
But-
his. Is this whole? I don't know this in case, but is this his old ship?
Matey, yeah, Matey used to serve on the Airstorm. Matey points towards the ship and sort of shouts, "That's not fucking supposed to be here."
Ragoth just looks at it, just.
Yeah, once pointed out, Ragoth, you can see this too. It looks to be this dilapidated, half-destroyed wreckage of a ship, but it's obviously not underwater or anything. It's been relocated, or whatever spawned, whatever happened to it. It's now kind of buried into the side of one of the hills.
All right. Does it look like we need to get there by flight, or can you get there on foot?
You're on land. You can make your way there, kind of whatever way you prefer. Now that we know where it is, you can essentially move in that direction unhindered. You have enough lead time and speed where you can still dodge the fireballs, but you will see that they are streaking towards you. The path keeps changing and shooting towards you from wherever you're going.
Right, well, Matey isn't going to wait around. He is going to kick his rotors into overdrive and make a beeline for the ship.
Is Fly
Rago.
still up?
It's up for 10 minutes.
I was about to say, I assume so. I am still in the
Yeah.
air.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Yeah.
make you waste any other spell slots for this specific thing, so your fly can effectively last until you get to the ship.
All right. Ragoth waves down everybody, points out the direction, and will fly basically with the party. But he'll be in the air while those who wish to be on foot will be on foot and stuff.
I'm flying
Mhm.
because it's fun.
Begrudgingly flying.
You're
Joy-
faster in
actually-
the air.
Actually, she
Joyfully
probably gets
flying.
she probably gets to the Ailstorm. She doesn't puke though. It's a good sign. But she looks a tad bit green, and she looks at Ragoth as she's just kind of floating next to him, and it's obviously not happy.
He 100% puts an arm around you, like, it's okay.
Ugh,
I'm not
I'm-
used to this. It's fine.
ugh.
If Tabby is flying with Ragoth, I'm going to go past them because that means Tabby is only going 80, and I want to be going the full 120 because
No,
I'm really enjoying this.
I'm talking about like when we get there, when we get above
Yeah.
the hailstorm.
Oh, okay.
So you guys all want to fly above to the storm? Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm
Yes, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sageatta's running.
just one real quick thing, boss.
Yes,
Can Matey do a flip?
of course. In fact, you do because you're
Matey does
airborne.
a
You
flip.
don't even need to roll any sort of performance. You just can do it, and if it's bad, then you correct yourself because you're flying.
I'm spinning as I'm flying,
Whee!
like in a circle, like a ballerina.
Yeah,
Whirling.
I feel like
Matey is spinning too, but like only the top bit.
yeah, I feel like if this were a movie
Well, no,
scene,
no, 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 no,
you'd be
no,
like
no, no.
flying and like doing all these kind of cool moves, but in the background you just see all these fireballs just streaking towards you in the background. That'd be pretty cool.
And then Tabby turning a slightly greener shade.
Just ugh.
So,
It's a weird contrast between gold and green.
so
In his head, Matey is pretending to
Ooh.
dodge the fireballs. Ooh.
Oh wow.
tell me how. So you're getting to the kind of the hills and kind of almost the marshland areas. There's kind of wagon paths and stuff that lead through these hills. There's no path directly to the ship from where you're at, but it's not too much like debris and stuff to where like you can go across country with no problem. But you can all see this ship, kind of the ruins of what used to be the Ailstorm potentially.
Is there
sitting
water
here.
around it?
No, there's maybe
Okay.
puddles of swamp, but it's not like you're gonna have to swim or anything like that.
Wonderful.
How do you wish to? What proximity do you get to the ship?
Maybe.
I mean, Matey is going to hang back a little bit, probably staying maybe 100 feet away, because the last time he was on this ship, he was kind of thrown overboard.
Okay, so you're staying. Are
Can
you
I-
above, or you can tell flies about
Above,
to end?
yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm sort of staying above it, just sort of looking around, seeing if any of the crew is there.
okay, so make a perception check, and if you're flying, what is your AC?
Oh,
My AC is 17.
There are cannons on this ship.
That was my thought too. Just like, something's gonna shoot at us.
Yeah, I assume a 12 doesn't help me.
No, I mean what you see is kind of the ship is broken. The front half is kind of completely gone and it's sunken down into this hill. The boards are dilapidated and there's openings here and there. You can see one of the decks, the coverings kind of flip open and you can see 4 cannon barrels launch out, aim up at you, and there's a volley. And was anybody else flying with Matey, or did you all kind of start to land?
We were a little behind him. I would probably not get quite so close to him. I probably would actually go to the side
Okay.
for
You can
here
move
and
your
kind
token. You can move your tokens
Oh.
kind of across the map. You should all have control. I'll let you do that.
of just go to
actually.
this side. This seems like fun.
Ragoth
different
is
angle.
right with Tabby.
But being
Tabby probably
low,
would have been down here, meeting up with Sageatta.
Mhm.
yeah.
So
Ragoth does, as I did say, during the flight, he did take a few seconds to kind of center himself, and anyone who would be looking would notice. He did his darkness trick, and there's his shadow is about 100 shades darker.
So it's,
Right
it's
now.
like this black silhouette that's kind of
Yeah.
cast across the ground.
Mhm.
It's like dark. It conceals the ground even in the night. So
Mhm.
there's a volley of cannon fire as these cannons swivel up to aim towards Matey. Oops, that didn't work.
Well, I'm pretty sure this dungeon is going to be trying to kill Matey this entire time.
Did that work? No?
We haven't seen anything.
Okay.
I saw that. Who are those going at? Holy shit.
Okay.
This is a salvo at Matey, who's the one who got closest.
Ah!
So
So yes, the 19 and the 25 both hit.
okay. You'll take 28 points of damage as 2 cannonballs kind of shoot up towards you, graze you on the sides, and cause you to spin a little bit, and then you get hit in the leg a little bit by the other one. Not taking anything off, don't worry, but you take quite a bit of force damage, and then the propulsion of it knocks you back a little bit. And once again, you can tell that the fly spell is about to end. So I would like everybody at this point to roll initiative.
All right.
We're literally fighting the Ailstorm. This is
All right.
awesome. I love everything
right.
about this.
Should modifier work for me? Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was an 8 on the die. Jeez, I'm rolling low tonight.
Plus.
Shit.
Can someone roll a d20 for me, please?
I can't roll.
Okay. Is everyone in? Who am I missing? Sageatta? What'd you roll?
Sageatta and
You're missing me. I don't have roll 20. Sorry, D&D Beyond.
Oh, that's fine. Just tell me what you rolled.
14.
I got a 19.
Naru got 14 and Sageatta got 19.
So 14 for Naru,
19 for Sageatta.
19 for Sageatta. Okay. Cycle descending. All right, Sageatta, you see this blast from the front. Nothing as loud as what's going on behind you, as these repeated strikes into the ground are demolishing the landscape behind you. But these cannons go off, and you can see Matey spin around in the air from just above. Naru and Tabby and Ragoth are kind of with you, kind of closer to the ground at this point, I believe it was. What do? You can see this broken pirate ship here in the middle of nowhere.
He yells up, has your ship become a mimic, or is it the door?
I mean, last time I was on there, it didn't try to eat me.
He readies an arrow, and I guess he's gonna try being on defense. He's gonna try running up to it to try to get inside of it, seeing if it's a doorway to get inside. But if it doesn't see any way in, he'll shoot an arrow at it.
Roll a perception check as you're approaching it. You can see it's in black. I don't know if you can. Yeah, it's visible enough. This is a big blasted opening in the ship. Oops,
There's a big black opening where?
in the GM layer.
There's a big one, but y'all ain't seeing it.
Sageatta sees
That
it.
one.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. So you can see there, and then with a 17, you can also see from inside kind of the portholes where the cannons are, you can see 2 skeletal figures. And they're kind of manning the cannons.
Ghost ship.
I guess
Time for you to
Matey
get off.
wouldn't see them.
What was it?
Would Matey be able to see them?
I think for... You rolled a 12 perception when you got to the ship, so no.
Okay.
You'll have a chance. You can relook on your next turn, though.
As he rides up, is he able those cannon portholes? If he can see skeletons, can he shoot around between the cannon?
Yeah, it'd be a tough shot, but Sageatta, I think you'd be pretty confident in your own abilities. They do have cover, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, if you want to take a shot at one of them, the one on the I guess this is technically the aft of the ship, so this guy would be the closest one. And then the other one is at one of the further up cannons, and I'll draw those in for you so you can see where.
He won't use his special arrows, but he'll take his regular +1 arrows.
Cannon. I'm going to change the color to black. So that's a
He won't
cannon.
use any like the sky forwards or like dragon arrows, but he'll use his regular +1 arrows and try launching. I don't know. I actually get 2 attacks, I believe, right? That's
Oh, Adrian, I am level 10 sorcerer, level 1 bard.
Okay, so you are a level 11. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. When I said 10, I was looking at just sorcerer. Okay, because I'm looking at my meta magic and it says I have 3, and I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah, I thought you
So,
guys were all
okay.
level 11.
Yeah,
10
I
or
am.
11.
I am.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'm not. I'm still small boy.
It's okay.
No, I'm the highest level people in the guild. Okay, so Sageatta, are you taking that shot? Did you roll? I'm scrolled up to
Yeah.
the wrong point.
As he's running up, he launches 2 +1 arrows at the and there's a 19 and 17.
Oh, 19 is not going to hit with this cover. It just barely, you make it through the opening and you don't hit the cannon. It goes through, but you take off his hat and it just kind of disappears behind. It would have been a full headshot, except he just was a little bit too far away.
He just keeps running for using the rest of his movement to try to get towards the opening. Then
Yeah, what's your ride or your move speed?
50 feet.
Yep, so you get almost just, you basically can see up into the doorway. It's kind of a big gash in the hole, and inside you just see blackness. It's do you have dark vision?
I have got doctors and goggles. He probably wouldn't have and had them all in the bar, but if he interacts with an object as the end of the move, can he pull them out of his sack and put them on?
Yep. Do you keep them in your sack or your saddle?
He would have them like a saddle bag, like a little pouch.
Okay.
Like,
Yep. That's fine. You can pull those out and put them on. As you do so, it shifts to Ragoth's turn.
Ragoth is going to take to the skies a little bit. Get probably 20 feet in the air. Try to lock onto one of the 2 skeleton guys. Probably end up being this one. And he's going to fire off a couple Eldritch blasts at him.
Okay.
So it's... Jeez!
So you
Worlds
blast
are
a
just
piece of the hull away from it, and describe his Eldritch blast, because I know it doesn't listen to it's not a normal like Iron Man beam or something. What does it look like?
Yeah. So as he flies up, he opens his jaw and his whole head turns draconic, and this mass of Eldritch energy shows in his mouth, and he fires it out, and it goes into like not 2 beams, but almost like 2 balls of this energy. But in like a beam, an exact line. It doesn't like curve or anything.
So
He wishes he could curve it, but he can't yet.
Yeah, you have to curve the bullet. So those both miss, but it hits the wood and just kind of blows a big piece out of the hull. Splinters kind of go everywhere, and you can kind of see inside. This now hatless skeleton is reloading the cannon. And with that, they do get to go however they're manning the cannon, so that's going to defer to the ship's turn. So that's Naru's next.
Oh, I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy right now. Up till this point in my life, every ship has been claimed by somebody important. And were I to destroy it, would therefore be in trouble. However, this one does not seem to have said person. So, do I see the people on top of this ship? Do I need to roll perception for it?
You can see the cannon fire, and if you want to try to see the targets behind the cannons, the skeletons, then yeah. 15
Perception
plus bonus would
Perfect.
be proficient. That's fine. Yeah, you see
Okay.
them.
Okay. Which one looks more important?
One has a hat, one doesn't.
Okay. So I have this new thing I can do called Heightened Spell, which if I spend 3 sorcery points, gives disadvantage on a saving throw. And I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So person with hat gets disadvantage on this spell that I'm about to cast. Ready? Firestorm!
Holy
On the
shit!
Ailstorm. So a hail of
Oh God.
rock hard fire pounds the ground in a 20-foot radius. A 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range, which is 300 feet. Each creature in the cylinder must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 4d6 fire damage on failed save, or has half as much damage on a successful one.
What's the area?
20-foot radius. I'm going to center around where the cannons are because they seem to be wanting to hurt us.
So there's 3 active cannons over here and 1 on this side. This is the one.
Yeah,
with the
let's
hat,
go after.
though.
Let's go after the 3 active. Wait, the 3 active. Yeah.
Okay, so over here.
And this is
Wait.
why I wanted to get red dragon armor.
Oh, sorry. He has a hat on this side. Okay, I see he has a hat over
Well,
here.
the tokens
I
do,
was-
but Sageatta shot his off.
Oh, I see. Oh.
Which you would have seen that too. So whichever side you want to shoot at.
Probably after the side that has the cannons that are shooting at us because I want to kind of destroy their ability to shoot at us too.
Okay, so
That's my goal.
what's their saves?
18. Disadvantage for that guy.
Okay, so 1 and 2, 18 and 12, 16 and 3. What is the DC?
DC is 18.
Okay, so with disadvantage, so yeah, they all fail then. Roll your damage.
Oh, fun. 4 of those and 2 of these. Oh, life is fun.
So 25.
Even though I rolled a bunch of 1s. Lame.
So immediately, this whole section of the deck, if someone wants to draw better fire, my mouse is really weak. That whole thing blows up into flame and stuff. The figure disappears from view from behind, but the cannons kind of roll back in, and you can tell that you caved in probably a couple of the decks. So the top deck and then I think it's the second level, I can't remember the name of it, but it's crumbling away and in flames down there.
Oh, I'm so happy right now.
So make sure you mark off your spells. Anything else you're doing? Are you moving at all? Your fly spell has ended.
Yeah, it wasn't a concentration spell I just did, but yeah, it did. I'm gonna kind of move up closer to where my companions, and I'm so happy right now. I have joy, Marie Kondo, true joy, right now.
This fire spell, it does bring me joy.
It brings me so much joy to the bane of my existence. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. Next up is Tabby.
So we all see the black portal.
Yeah, well, that's just a doorway. It's like a gaping hole in the ship. It's not a portal itself. There's a passageway that goes inside the Ailstorm.
What's the distance? Roughly?
It's probably, if he moves, Sageatta moved up at 50 feet, then it's probably like a 70-foot distance.
Okay. I
It's
will
almost there.
take my movement, which is 40 feet. Yeah. So see inside, and then she'll take my movement 40 feet, and then I will, as my action, I will dash inside.
Okay. So you can move 80 feet. So
Yep.
I will
80
use
feet in
this.
total.
Let me preview it, make sure I have the next one correct. Tabby goes into now. Okay, tell me again. Do I have to drag your name to the next screen?
Yeah. So the bar at the bottom that says Tabby, click on that. We'll drop down your pages. Click on my name and drag it up to the page that you want me on.
Okay. I'll do this because I can. I think. So you see inside, the hallway's dimly lit, but you can see there's fire kind of coming up from the ceiling, both floorboards above you, and it leads into this kind of this underneath the deck hole chamber. There's a little bit of kind of swamp waters, and you can see inside. and you do see someone, and it's not probably who you expect.
What?
And she's motioning towards you. Meanwhile, with the others, Queen Matey, you've been hit by the cannonball, and you can feel the flying spell beginning to descend. What do you do really quick before? Because you're losing momentum. You can either land, or you can try to fly towards the ship, or what do you want to do?
I mean, has Matey seen the great big hole in the side?
Yeah, from your perspective, you can see, especially with the meteors coming down, everything's illuminated. You can see that there's now a hole in the top deck and a hole in the side deck there where Tabby's just bursting through and Sageatta's charging towards as well.
Yeah, Matey will use the dash action and fly in there, rotors first.
Okay. So
I hope Tabby is not right by the entrance because she might be mincemeat.
Nope. I think because the fly spell is about to end, you'll kind of get to the ground here, and Tabby just goes inside. I'll put her GM layer, and then Sageatta and you are basically right by the entrance. If you're flying down, that'd be 60 feet. So yes, you can dash and go inside as well.
Happily.
Okay. How do I do this again? J. Oh, I have to open the pages. Sorry, admin work is not fun. Inside, you see the same thing, except not everybody. Standing in the walkway. You hear this voice, and at this point, because this is going to happen, I'm putting everybody on this page so they can see as well.
What the hell?
You can see the ghostly specter of the queen, and she's standing in the doorway, and she's pointing to Tabby and kind of her fingers coiling up like a come here. And when Matey bursts through the door, Tabby, please make a dexterity saving throw.
I have advantage on those. Oh shit.
You are knocked to the ground as Matey bursts forth, and then Matey, you hear in your mind, "You must react quickly. This is my dungeon, this is your dungeon, just as you're going to stop mine." And then, bursting through her appearance, you see Quartermaster Anders leaping forwards with a huge scythe, only he's a skeleton.
Oh, it's you.
And he's going to attack you.
Little bastard.
Oh, and he misses. But, yep, that's your turn. And technically that's his turn too. Sageatta.
You are muted right now, I think, Eric.
Hello?
You want to try disconnecting, reconnecting, if you can hear us? Otherwise, I'll jump down to Ragoth, and then we'll come back to Eric. I think that's probably the best bet. So Ragoth, your turn, and then we'll circle back to Sageatta.
Since Ragoth just saw Naru light that up, he's like, okay then, and he's gonna fly into the doorway.
Okay. Let me.
How far is it from me? The doorway?
The doorway is about 70 feet, except you're flying, so we'll just say it's 50 feet.
Okay. In that case, yeah. So I get like 10 feet from the doorway, and I kind of just like look in and go, oh crap. And from there, can I is there clearance enough that I can get off a ray of frost at that skeleton guy with the scythe?
So Matey is standing directly in front of him, and then Tabby's kind of on the floor, so you'd have to make a very careful shot. But you could try.
If this hits somebody, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna. He'll be as careful as he can and shoot off a ray of frost at him.
Okay.
Fuck. Jeez, dice do not like me today.
Can you post
That's
the
an
spell
11?
as well?
I think I have it here. Why do I not? I could have sworn I did. Hold on, let me grab it. Ray of frost. Let me just do. Hold on, I have solution. Just give me 1 second. I'm sorry. There you go.
Okay, so yeah, that so it does not hit Matey then. It kind of goes past him, but it keeps going too far wide, and it misses the skeleton in front of him. So that's a move, an attack. Any bonus?
No, because he's not gonna throw up his corruption right now, especially with people that close to him.
Okay, now we're gonna go back. Eric, are you back with us? If so, we can't hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going to have to go down to Quartermaster Anders then. So this ray of frost goes past your head, over Tabby, and hits just over here and knocks down some of those items. The Quartermaster is going to swing at you with his scythe, and then he reaches over and grabs one of these harpoons and swings at you with that as well. So it's going to be 2 attacks on Matey.
Okay. Oh, good.
Okay, so the scythe is going to catch onto you from either your arm or leg, your choice.
Oh, take off a leg.
Okay, so he hooks you by the leg and yanks it out and drops you prone. I'm just going to say it's a d8 damage for a scythe. So that's going to be 8 plus another 8 for 16 for the critical. And then, Tabby, are you doing something? If so, jump in and let me know.
Sorry, I forgot it was muted. Yes, as he goes in for the swing, Tabby is going to... Oh, she's not raging. Never mind, that doesn't work. Damn. My apologies. Can't use that yet.
Okay, so if that's the case, yeah, then 16 for the crit, and then the harpoon. Oops, I totally clicked way too many dice. Just the first one is 7 plus 3, so 10. So 26 points of damage total, or just 10 for the second. And again, he doesn't say anything. He's a skeleton boy. Eric, are you back with us?
We can't see the turn order anymore.
Oh, that's because we're on a different page. You're going next, Naru, so let me...
Yeah, I figured I was because I was after the...
Yeah,
person
I'm
who
not
had
going to
this
put it
ad.
back in. I'll just announce it, so I'm sorry. It's going to be just
It's
a
fine.
box.
I'm still outside. This person who seemed somewhat important, who has a hat on,
Yes,
he's by a cannon, correct?
he is.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do this again. Ahem. Heightened spell. He has disadvantage on the next spell I'm going to cast. Matey, I know right now. Well, actually, Jay, would you be so kind to help me cast this beautiful spell? I would really appreciate it.
I am ready when you are.
What spell?
Okay. Heightened spell. He has disadvantage on the spell. Ready, Matey, go.
I see. So you want...
Yes. Perfect.
Okay.
Fireball around him and his beautiful cannon. and he has disadvantage.
Okay. Did you roll damage already or no?
Not yet. Fireball is yes, 8d6 damage. Perfect.
And does he roll a saving throw
Seriously.
for Dex save?
Dexterity saving throw of an 18.
Okay, so he will pass
Which-
that for half.
He has disadvantage.
This is true.
No! Wait, he rolled a 17. It's an 18. What's his bonus?
So 7 plus 3.
Lame. Okay.
So that is a huge explosion rocks the ship, and I'm just going to leave that on there because it's pretty. Splinters and wood, and the cannon disappears behind the wreckage and stuff. And you do 18, so 21 points of damage, halved for him. And that's your action.
I run towards the ship hole.
Okay, so you can
area.
basically get about halfway with a normal move.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Next up is Eric, if you're back.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So we missed your turn up there, so you can still go, and then that won't count for your next turn. You're gonna have 2 pretty soon.
Okay, so you can't see any more enemies up front from outside.
It doesn't look to be. Everything's on fire from where Naru's has incinerated a lot of this.
He'll enter the ship.
Okay. So you are right up close to it. So as soon as you enter, you see Ragoff kind of standing right there by the doorway. Matey tripped down to the ground, and you see this skeleton boy with a scythe and a harpoon. Tabby's also on the floor. It doesn't look to be going very well in here. And then you ride in. What do you do?
Oh, okay. So this guy does not look like this guy looks like he's pretty scary. He's got Ragoff and Tabby both on the ropes.
So it's Ragoff is outside. You basically ride right past Ragoff. He's outside the doorway looking in, and it's not a doorway. It's like big planks that have been splintered and cracked, and it's like a big gaping hole in the ship leading into this kind of room. Tabby is on the floor, and then Queen Matey is now on the floor as well.
Like, get off my fence, bone legs. Hunter's mark, and he will pull his Skyforged arrows out and try to put 2 Skyforged arrows into him.
Do you need a charger?
16, does that hit?
16 does hit, yes.
And the second arrow, 18.
Yep, so both hit.
Okay. So he was the hero. And
You watching
the regular piercing damage on the arrow, what? Okay, is 17, and then for the first hit, and it's 11 for the second one, and
So
then 4, and then between the 2 hunters marks and the radiant damage from the Skyforged arrows, another 18 damage.
Ooh, nice. So that's a 28 plus 18. So you did 46 points of damage with those 2 arrows. It thuds into his chest, and you can tell that whatever is inside, there's not like any organs or anything, because the arrows just kind of pass through his chest and knock him back a little bit. But then you can see they thudded into the wall behind him. He just went straight through, point blank shooting.
Make a note where they are at, because I still want to recover those arrows.
Those are retrievable. So that's a move and an attack. Any bonus?
No, hunter's marked, so yeah, I used bonus.
Okay, that's okay. That's right. Okay, so if Sageatta just went, but that was his turn from before. Naru had gone just before that, right?
Correct.
So after Naru is Tabby. So Tabby, you're up.
Okay, she is going to
Move the
annoyingly get to her feet
To be in the rocking
and
chair.
shoot
Move the charger. back
Matey a
onto the
glare. Because he knocked her down.
Oh, I was not at all. I assumed the skeleton had gotten you guys.
Nope. Matey knocked her down, and her turn takes forever to get there, so she was just sitting on her ass.
You can blame Noah. He's
So-
turned in. Actually, blame me
and
because
then-
I invited him.
It's all your fault.
It is my fault.
But both of you. You both are blamed. Period. End of story.
I object in several ways.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. You can object all you want. After she's done giving a, like, I can't believe you hit me glare to Matey, she's going to turn her attention to the bone guy and take her maul off her back. Hopefully can reach him within 20 feet of movement since she had to get up from being prone. I'm assuming he's just right there.
Yeah, no, he's adjacent to you. If this was a
Great.
grid, you'd just be like the diagonal one.
Great. I'm going to make both of my attacks reckless at the Great Weapons Master feat. First attack is a 21.
That hits.
23 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Second attack is a 20
Yep, that hits.
with 29 points of bludgeoning damage.
Holy crap. This guy has 99 hit points, and you brought him up to 98. Yeah, let
Can
me,
I bump? I was like, I want a bonus action, just kick him for the shits and giggles of it. but-
would that be metagaming or no?
Yeah, that'd be metagaming.
That'd be
Then you,
metagame.
Yeah.
you can do it without doing any damage. You just kind of kick him back.
Sure. Kerklunk.
You can still watch it when it's plugged in.
Because I don't think I have anything I can do
Did you
as
rage
a
or no?
bonus action. No, I did not rage. I don't know what we're going to be facing, and I'd rather save those.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the end of my turn. And he just sits there, just looking real bad, and she just kind of slings her maul over her shoulder and just looks over her shoulder for whoever's next. It's like, finish, Like, dude.
The ship is actively on fire. You can see flames kind of beginning to drip down. If these blue things are actually red, that'd be perfect. But you can hear kind of creaking and a bunch of footsteps of clattering from above you as there's people moving around up there. And that brings us to the top of the round, which is actually Sageatta, because it's he took his turn late last turn.
So this thing's on its last leg.
No, you have to hold it down. Just hold the button.
I guess we'll just single target. Let's go and finish this thing off. He will stow the bow as he charges up. He'll flip out his spear and come up and just ram the dragon spear through it.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, 7 to hit. The 20 hit.
A 20 does hit. How do you want to kill him?
Okay, so he will just come up and just rides up behind Tabby and just over his head, just kind of just like puts the spear through, taking the head off like a jousting almost type thing.
And its body flies back headless. Your spear has the skull impaled on it through one of the eye sockets. I think it actually spurts flame too, so probably fire comes out of the other eye socket in the jaw.
Yeah, dragon fang weapons would do one fire damage since it came from a red dragon. So
Yep.
Not a lot of fire damage, but little.
So you moved up, killed him. Any bonus actions?
Look around this
Where's
place.
Matey?
See if there's any.
1 second.
See if there's no. I guess just go retrieve go retrieve his special arrows for the rest of his action.
Okay, Matey, what was your initiative? Was it 11? I think it was 11. I think when I moved your token, it went away.
Correct. It was 11.
So yeah, I got up before sunrise in a tent this morning. So and it's almost midnight. So
Yeah, you're doing great, and thank you for playing. Naru, back outside. Make a perception check.
Okay. Do. I see a hole of 9.
Okay, you see the fire that is spreading on the top deck. The gaping hole where your fireball went. It looks like any minions or troops that were on the ship are no longer on those middle decks. What do you do?
I head into the hole.
Okay, let me not delete your token. And Ragoth, can you tell me what your initiative was as well? Because when I moved yours, it got deleted too.
Mine was, I believe, 18. But let me double check. Yes, 18.
Okay.
Is I walk in? Is Matey still out?
Matey
Did
is
I s-
currently still on the floor, yes.
Did I skip your
Okay.
turn, Matey, or was that?
Can I
Or-
go over to him and just like crush a healing potion into his face?
That would
No.
be nice.
Just crush a healing potion into his face because he has no mouth.
I have no mouth, and I must scream. Thankfully, I do have a voice box and a speaker, so
Okay. Do healing potions actually do anything to him? If so,
They do, yeah.
healing potion, healing potion, Warforged, because I would have had a
Warforged are like
major disadvantage throughout this entire bloody thing.
Yeah.
8 healing to you, my good friend.
Isn't
2d4
it
plus 2.
2d4 plus 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
8.
So that's 8, Noah.
Yeah.
8. Actually, I'm a bard. I actually can I actually have healing word.
That makes worse.
Matey has healing word, but also he has a greater healing potion, which he will shatter into his own face.
Okay, so it's actually Ragoth who get to go next because I didn't have him in the tracker. So Ragoth.
Oh. He used,
right, yeah, sorry.
he uses his movement and get inside with everybody. After seeing Tabby and Sageatta, mostly Tabby, annihilate that skeleton. He's like, okay, so don't piss her off. Got it.
I did pretty much as much damage as Tabby because I had Skyforged weaponry.
I'm
True.
just destroying the ship, the cannons that were firing at us, those
Yeah.
things. And
I
the
will
rest
say-
of the ship.
Ragoth unfortunately did not see Sageatta's super strength. He just kind of like was coming in and just sees Tabby just maul this guy and just put him to looking at death's door.
She just looks over her shoulder at Ragoth and just like, you should know this by now. And just give him a wink.
He's just like, all right then, if that happened. All right, anyhow.
Yeah.
Do I see? There's like a hallway right here, I'm guessing.
From beyond there, you can see what looks to be a corridor, which has 2 of Sageatta's arrows just stuck right into the walls there. But kind of beyond where that pillar is, or that like wood plank support, there's this shimmering black void, which looks very familiar to you. You've seen this type of thing before.
Ragoth looks at it and goes, oh. And he pulls out his mirror of Hades and kind of just looks in it and looks back up. Well, I guess we're heading there again. And he kind of puts his mirror back on his side.
Okay. And then Matey, I skipped your turn last time because of the same thing, the deleted token, so I apologize for that.
It's all good. Matey will stand up and crush his greater healing potion into his face. That's not great.
Okay, so you do that, and then you would have a second turn, unless you're doing anything else, because of the skip turn.
Yeah. Matey will cast Cure Wounds on himself at level 4. Let's see here. 1d8 plus my charisma mod, which is 5 now. And 1d8 per level, so that's 4d8 plus 5.
Jesus.
Are fire and brimstone going to be falling on us soon?
Come to think of it, I don't think Nara thought to look up.
Well, that's a bit more like it. Let's move.
Okay. You still hear some of the footsteps from upstairs. It sounds like there's people running downstairs from a pretty nearby wall. What do you all do?
Fireball? Fireball. Fireball.
Naru, no.
Fireball.
No.
But there's a group of them.
No.
This
No.
is
Fireball. No. Go through the portal. Tabby will like come over to Naru and like reach up and grab her by an ear,
But
like
it's a
like
ship
moms
that I
do to
can
children.
actually burn.
You can burn it when we're done. Let's go.
If
And
it's
she
here
will
when we're
pres-
done, I get to burn it.
She-
Actually,
well,
it's already on fire.
You got to ask Matey's permission first because it's kind of his. Let's go. And she will pull Naru by the ear towards the portal entrance.
I catch my head on fire.
I don't care. I keep pulling.
Ow, 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 ow.
Quit-
Tabby, you can
quit
take 1 point
arguing.
of fire damage.
I have 1 point of
No,
Inch-
if Tabby is,
inch
if you're holding
damage?
onto your flaming hair, you can just take 1 point of fire damage.
So you mean half that then?
half that. You have half a point of fire damage.
How long are you going to be holding on to Naru?
Enough until I know she's actually going to start walking towards the portal and not cast fireball.
I pretty much after you pull me, I'm going with you, but
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
I
don't
would let
take
go.
any damage.
I would let go as soon as it's probably just a little bit after you ignited your hair, because then I know that you'd follow.
your fingers feel slightly warm.
Thank
They
you.
feel cuddled.
You feel cuddled. Nah. Those cold nights.
Yes.
Please stop.
Evidently people thought like we had a thing going on, which is weird.
Yeah, that I'm
But
not
it's
really
not-
too sure where anybody got that from, but
I don't know either.
I don't know. People are weird. Besides, I started dating this one, and she points towards Rakoth with like a gesture like that one.
That one.
Ragath looks at both of you just. Alright, really? What the hell?
Hey, lead the way. You've been through one of these before, and she'll shoot you another wink.
Ragath looks at Matey. Well, ready?
Does everybody?
Fuck you, I'm going first, and Matey will dive through.
All right.
I follow Matey.
As you do, Matey. Oh, that's supposed to be on the note here. Matey
I will
dives
say,
in.
Ragath a little more elegantly dives in because he has wings.
The ship might be on fire when we get back, so I keep walking forward.
I'll gesture for Sageatta to go in first, and then I'll take up the rear.
He calmly walks through like noble steed he is.
Okay.
Before Tabby goes through. Sorry, Naru. Are you already in?
Unless you wanted to do something first.
No, I wanted to roll when Tabby was alone. She wanted to roll a perception check on the Ailstorm and see if when they come back through the portal, are they come? What is the likeliness of them coming back and the ship is like no longer here?
Okay. You can, I guess, roll a perception check. And Naru, are
Based
you going
on
in, or are you
fire.
hanging with her?
Actually, is there anything interesting I can grab before I go through the portal?
Okay. Both of you can roll perception checks as well.
Ooh, total of 20.
On fire! Fire!
Get through-
Fire!
Get through the portal,
Can I
you
grab
nut.
like a spear on my way because it seems interesting?
Okay, so you
Actually,
can grab.
I already have a lightning spear, but yeah,
You gave her weapons. Get
Me-
through the portal.
Okay.
give me a weapon.
So Tabby, with a 20 perception, you can tell that there's a whole bunch of skeletons about to come through this wall, because the portal is blocking the hallway for them to be able to come through the other side. So they're actively hacking at this wall. It sounds to be with a 20 that there's probably about 5 or 6 blades that keep thunking against the wall. You can tell that the ceiling is actively on fire, and there are enormous sonic booms coming from directly outside, and you have basically about 3 seconds before another meteor actually lands here on the ship where Matey just
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, after I
Cool.
grabbed that spear, I was heading towards the portal. Just so you
Cool.
know.
How about you both
If-
roll me dexterity saving throw?
I would like to use my dexterity saving throw to pretty much tackle Naru into the portal.
I am already gone, girl. I am already
You
gone.
both make diving leaps. Okay.
Yep.
As soon
And
as
I go through the portal with like a weird spear, and I'm like, I found a spear.
Yep, you can add in, I guess what would be a harpoon to your inventory, for a harpoon from the Ailstorm. And as Naru and Tabby leap through the portal, I'll put you on map. Whoops.
Put it in my bag of holding.
One of the meteorites strikes just behind you, and as there's splinters, fire, explosion, and everything goes black. The entire party feels your bodies kind of being pulled forwards, being completely sucked through this void. It feels like you're getting like lurched this like the speed of light. Everything goes dark and everything's spinning, and you emerge on the other side, and you are here, as you can see.
What are we on the fucking moon?
Nope. Can't see.
Nope.
I can.
If we're still separated, if the tokens are still separated, drag them to the player ribbon, and it'll automatically lump them together. Yep, perfect.
I'm so happy. I have a souvenir from the Ailstorm I burned down. I'm so happy right
So
now.
let me put your tokens on. My mouse isn't working. So you see before you a barren, dusty landscape. You see, not coming from the left to right, this really should be coming from where you're at. Going that way are these meteorites, which just keep launching from just a ways ahead. There's very little air where you're at. So I need everybody to please make a Constitution saving throw, with the exception of Matey.
Haha, you bastards need to breathe.
I have a +7 on that. So that's a
18.
18. Yeah, thank you. That my math wasn't working.
So an 18, 22,
I feel
18,
Sageatta!
6. Oh dear. So, Tabby, Ragoth, and Naru, you immediately notice this as you kind of drop down into this dust, and we'll call it like a moon dust powder, just kind of erupts everywhere in this slow cloud that's just sinking back to the ground. Sageatta, you immediately start trying to breathe in like a deep breath, and there's no air coming into your lungs. It's extremely thin. Naru, Ragoth, and Tabby don't really seem to be too affected by it, even though you definitely notice it. But for Sageatta, it's gonna be difficult for you to remain in this environment for very long. What you see is off to your right, you would see the moon. Where you're at is this dusty, barren plain, and just over the hill over here, you see an enormous meteorite launch into the air and kind of curve over and follow this string of flames headed towards your planet. What do you do?
Well, shit.
This environment is not natural.
It's natural,
Of
but
course it's bloody natural. This is the moon, I think. Could be something magical. I don't know.
well, the Earth is
I
right there,
think
so
we
I say
should-
so.
I think it's called Eridan, but that's beside the point. I think we should probably make a move towards where those things are coming from. In my vision, that's where That's where the demon was. Also, there might be air for the horsey boy.
Don't you dare call me a horse, robot.
You are currently suffocating. Perhaps have this argument later.
You won't
Let's-
like how I finish this argument later. But let us go.
How about we move, boy? And Matey will just start walking.
Okay.
Jeez.
This is the okay. Now I've seen some weird shit because I've been around a lot, but never have I been on the moon watching a centaur struggle to breathe with a Warforged leading the way while looking down at Earth as fireballs fly towards it. This is new.
The
This
moon
is
over.
extremely exciting.
Here's the moon.
This
I'm so happy right now.
Wait, what?
We're not on the
Repeat that?
moon. Since when is there 2 moons?
That's the moon.
we're on a thing that looks like the moon. Got it. Wow, I'm really confused. Oh god, I'm just gonna follow Matey.
Let's
Naru,
go burn stuff. And I start
Naru.
walking forward.
Naru,
What? What?
do not cast fly.
As soon as you mention
What?
fly, Matey just like reaches up to his head, like prepared for the propellers, but nothing happens.
No.
I'm really confused why you said that. If anything, I think it might be useful. I keep walking forward, ready to burn stuff.
I know, but I'm a little concerned that if we go higher, we're gonna lose oxygen.
Ragoth sadly folds his wings all the way in after hearing that, and he just kind of hangs his head for a solid 3 seconds as he just heads down. Just fine. He keeps walking. He starts walking. He's not happy about it.
Okay.
Matey will continue to laugh at you guys for needing to breathe.
You can see
In amateurs.
the meteorites they stop firing. The ones that are already on their way, they seem to be impacting wherever the same spot was. You presume your last known location, but the firing stops.
That can only be good.
Can I roll a perception check
Sure.
as soon as the firing stops?
I would like to do one as well, if that's okay.
Total of 20.
Well, I'm looking for the spot that it was firing from.
Okay, the spot is
Yeah.
just up ahead. Now,
I'm
what do you-
making sure
May I
nothing is
make-
directing to me,
Okay,
to
good.
us.
So Tabby,
May I make a deception check to lie to myself?
with disadvantage.
Everything's going to be just fine.
So, what are you trying to perceive, Tabby and Sageatta and also Ragoth?
So Tabby is keeping an eye out for the fireballs possibly turning around and heading their direction.
Ragoth is walking with Tabby. And Adrian, quick question. How does his darkness look on whatever we're on? Because I don't know if he has an exact shadow here. Does he?
It would be extremely amplified. It'd be like a fizzling, like vibrating, shaking looking dark image of Ragoth down on
Okay.
the ground.
If
It's
that's the case,
very-
it's not
very
only
faint
on the
shadow.
ground, because it's a very light aura around him. Like it's very dim. But if it's amplified, all around him just looks dark as he's walking.
Yeah.
He doesn't notice this because it's normal to him. He doesn't notice anything odd. But as he's walking, he's also got his greatsword ready, and he's just kind of watching out for any danger. And I will remind you, Adrian, that I do have alert feat, so I cannot be surprised.
Yep. well, there's not with the perceptions and everything that you're rolling. The firing was coming from just up ahead. To your left and right, this plane that you're on, it seems to extend out maybe 1,000 feet, and then it just kind of drops off, or maybe you're on an actual sphere like a planet and it goes around. You're not sure from without going to explore it, but it doesn't look like there's that much on here. Up ahead, there's a little bit of a berm, and then what looks to be a giant crater. And from within the crater, that's where you saw the firing starting from. Everybody is low on air. Sageatta is going to run out first at this point. Everybody else is doing kind of okay. Once you get to the next map, if you choose to proceed, everybody will make a second Constitution save. And if Sageatta, if you do fail, then you'll be taking a point of exhaustion, and then it's going to go from there much more rapidly. So that's what you're all looking at. And Matey, it's all fine. Everything's good.
If I may, Adrian.
Yeah.
I would like to.
Sorry, Matey needs to draw a believing himself face.
What would
Matey
Tabby
draws.
like to do?
Matey listens to your suggestion and draws on angrier eyebrows.
He's gonna have no forehead left. I would like to. Tabby would like to turn around and look behind them. Is the portal entrance still there?
Okay, that's an excellent question.
Would you like me
It
to
would-
roll?
I'm trying to think of how to describe it, because there's no archway, there's no doorway, but it is there. It's this fizzling black void, almost like a mirror, but without. It's just floating there in space, and the edges are kind of like Raragoth's shadow, just kind of fizzling and moving and vibrating. It's definitely not consistent, but it is there. The portal is about a 5x5 circular portal opening.
So Tabby's gonna look back at the shimmering portal, and then look down at Ragoth's shadow, and then look up to where they're going. And with her right hand, she'll reach up and pull her maul off her back and just have it kind of loosely sitting on her right shoulder. And then she'll look up at Ragoth and says, "The portal's acting weird. Your shadow's acting weird. This place is weird." And she will proceed to take his hand with her left hand.
All right. Yeah, he holds her hand. If that is the case, he does put his longsword on his back and pulls, or his greatsword on his back, as she does, and he pulls his longsword out, and his shield is and he's ready to grab his shield to daunt it. So if we do get into combat, his first action would be to let go of her hand so she can wield her maul, and he's gonna grab his shield.
Okay.
That's either really good or really bad. It's one of the two.
You see a fireball or some sort of humongous flaming sphere launch up into the sky, directly straight up from just over the berm where the crater is.
Is it coming toward us?
It arcs up into the sky, kind of stops, and begins to fall back down towards you all. And I would like you all to make dexterity saving throws.
Is it just fire? Adrian, can I use a sorcery point and make myself fireproof at this point as well?
You better do so.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that as well.
I'm glad I'm fire resistant.
Doo-doo-doo.
What is that?
Dexterity saving throw.
Excuse me. Why?
I have a +1 on my dex save, so I rolled a grand total of 3.
Okay. So
Oh, well, at least you're fireproof.
Well, that's not necessarily
so
force
the-
resistant as well.
Wait, is that force? Wait, what?
So for the saving throw, It doesn't say what the saving throw is. How do you determine that? Do I just choose one?
That is 8 plus your proficiency modifier plus spellcasting modifier.
So this is okay.
So if you're using this for an NPC, you may just have to make it up.
Okay, the DC is 15. So who passed?
Not me.
Not me.
That's gonna hurt a lot.
That
Actually,
is it.
I accidentally rolled with disadvantage, but the first
You
number was 23.
You keep the first roll.
Tabby, did you only roll a 7? Oh no.
So who has innate fire resistance? Because I know Tabby and Naru do, right?
I have
So
full
do I.
fire resistance.
And Rangoth?
But
I
I
have
have
resistance.
And Sageatta, you do too because of your armor now, right? And then Queen
Because
Lady, you
my
pass.
red dragon armor.
So everybody takes 33 points of fire damage for halved. Naru, for yours, you are invulnerable to fire now because you're using your sorcery point to make you that.
this
So
is
your
completely
33 would
true.
be half down, and then you would take just the force damage. So
Yeah.
everybody else though is 33, unless Tabby, are you raging? Or actually, no, fire doesn't matter for raging, does it?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't,
Unless
but it
you-
does for force. Maybe. No.
No.
No, I don't think it does.
Okay.
Do I have time?
Okay. Ready for the force damage?
No.
I think we should fly. I feel like
If it's
Let's
more
totally
than
get
40,
there.
I'm instantly down. So this
Well,
could be bad.
You're not insta killed unless it does over 73.
Yeah, but
Dear.
well, Ragoth's down.
I healing word you, get your ass back up.
How much
So-
do you heal before?
Well, I don't know how far I am. Otherwise, I'd give you a
Sageatta,
potion.
do you have anything that would halve this damage for force?
I'm looking. I don't think I gave evasion or anything like that.
So
Escape the horde probably doesn't help.
Matey!
So that's 34 damage.
I
So-
mean,
Oh,
but I did pass the save though, so isn't it half then?
I'm asking for me.
So to insta kill, you have to do over your full hit points, right? So it has to be
I
over
think-
74. So
Yeah.
this won't kill you, but you'd be down to 0.
Yeah, Matey is currently down.
But I passed the save, so isn't it half just in general?
So if a creature
Yeah,
takes
both those are half for you.
Yeah, so
if
if
you
you pass
passed.
the save, then this would also be half down to 33 as well.
Mhm.
So the fire would that been? Would that been?
Would the fire have
So-
been like only 16 damage then? Because he's resistant, and then he
Yes. So
succeeded?
it's basically 33 is the halved for passing the save, and then if you have fire resistance armor, which gives you another half, then that would be 32. Or sorry, down to 16. Sorry.
16. Okay, so let me change this. So, 78, 68 after the fire, and then 30.
33 for the force. Then Naru, did you get all your stuff figured in? 'Cause
I
you failed.
did. All I had to do was manage minus 67 for the force.
Okay, and then Tabby, for you,
So I'm still up.
you passed your save, Tabby, or no? You didn't. So you took half, so 33 points for the fire, and then 67 for the force. But you weren't
Can I-
raging.
I'm gonna. Can I healing word Ragoth and Queen Matey?
Let's see.
Want me to finish the damage first.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So Ragoth and Queen Matey are for sure down. Tabby, rage doesn't half this, or would it? Because it's force damage.
Very little stops force damage. Rage, I think, stops
Is it just piercing,
slashing,
bludgeoning, and slashing?
bludgeoning, and piercing.
Oh, I didn't realize I was muted because I was literally talking this entire time. No one
Okay.
called me on it.
I'm sorry. I thought you
I-
were muted because you were mad at me because I
No,
did so much.
What you see is 100% accurate. I
Okay.
have 11 hit points left.
Okay.
You did 100 points of
Well-
damage against me.
Well, I wasn't expecting that, but I'm sorry, guys. Yes.
Can I
So
hear-
back to game. There's an eruption of fire and the blast. There's now a crater. Sageatta, you're kind of flattened down against this kind of dust, and you kind of pick yourself back up. Thank goodness you have your armor. And Naru, you're literally on fire. Like every part of your body is ablaze right now, and you're flattened down into this moon dust as well. You see the figure of Ragoth kind of beside you, more face down, just kind of completely scorched, as well as the prone figure of Matey drop down into the ground as well. The blast knocked Tabby and Ragoth apart, and Queen Matey is just a little bit further. Tabby, you pick yourself up, and you are also extremely injured from more the blast of the rock hitting the ground than anything else. What do you do?
Shouldn't Sageatta be down?
Can I yell at
He passed his
Ragoth?
save.
Oh,
Can I-
that's
So,
right.
so he took half and then a quarter.
Got it.
Can I yell at Ragoth? You better not die here and hurt my best friend. Healing word. 1d4. Do.
I will pull
plus
a heal-
4 to that, so it's a total of 5.
I will pull a healing potion out of my pocket, and because 2 other people have gotten the chance to do it, I am going to smash the healing potion against Matey's face.
Oh, perfect. I was actually just about to use healing word on him so he could smash his own potion against his face.
I only had the one potion.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Ragoth would
if
toss
everyone-
potions around. He has 10 lesser healing potions on him. I kind of just kept buying them before games, and I didn't end up using them. So apparently I immaculated 10 at some point. So yeah, if we need potions, I have a few.
I got 10 regular and 1 greater healing potion, but before I start using those, I have spell slots. And I think I'm the only divine caster here, so
This is not our priority right now, guys. We need to move.
Yeah, we need to get out of Dodge. I
Move.
think it's better if we do fly just for the speed, so
Fine, do it.
Okay, I cast fly again on all of us as much as I can. So
Okay.
Abby, Queen Matey, and myself. Sageatta is
I still
we're
move 50.
gonna have to hold on to him or something.
Got
I
it.
can still move 50 without without
Yeah,
you.
but if you pass out, you're gonna be behind us, and that's not gonna be a good situation. So
And if you fly, you move 120. No arguments. Tabby wraps her arms around you and picks you up again.
If I run, I move 100.
Yeah, well, you're flying now. Let's go.
oh, now it's 120. Let's go. Actually,
Okay,
Tabby,
so-
hold his hand. Ragoth, he might be slow. Let's switch sides. We're holding hands and flying.
So did
But if they carry me though, I will cast Cure Light Wounds at 3rd level on me.
okay. So do all of your healing on this page before I put you to the next one. If you're
Okay.
Are you guys wanting to proceed? I presume.
Yeah, but I'm smashing a greater healing potion on my face right now.
So I want to take
I'm-
care of all healing on this page, so I can copy your tokens over, and then we can go.
Got it.
into-
Yeah, I'm smashing myself with a greater healing potion too.
I don't
much
have
is
a
greater?
greater healing potion.
I think it's
So I'm
4D
just gonna do-
4d4 plus 4.
4.
Yeah. 2, 6, 8.
So do we only get 1 round to do stuff like that, or before we're on the next map?
You can. I mean, to fly over there, you can access the next map in 2 rounds if you want to. Unless you're gonna dash, then you can do it in 1. But if you want to take an extra couple seconds
Oh,
to do any more
come
healing,
on.
you can.
Other people have healing potions that they're drinking themselves, or
I have a few. Matey, do you need more healing?
I'm gonna pop 2 of my lessers real quick.
I'm popping 2 of my lessers as well.
I'm doing another
Yes, I
lesser.
need more healing. That was another cure wounds at level 4.
I cast a Cure Wounds at level 2 and level 3.
Okay.
I give
Wow,
you 2 healing potions.
7, 7, 14.
I only have 3
So-
healing potions left.
Matey, roll
That's the
a-
best that I'm
What,
doing. That's what I'm doing right now. That's it. I'm done.
Matey, you
Um,
hear in your mind the voice of the queen shouting, "Move now!"
There we go.
Yeah, Matey is
Nice.
thwocking his way. He's got. I assume he's got the propellers out. I heard somebody cast fly earlier.
Yeah, I did.
'Kay.
We're flying out of
So
dodge.
is everybody healed up
So,
to the
and you
point
gave
that
me
you're-
2. You gave me 2.
I
normal
gave you
healing
2
potions, right?
regular healing potions. Yes.
Okay, is everybody's tracking bars up to speed?
Maybe I should use another one. We're
Mine-
still pretty low.
I'm gonna do one more healing potion real quick. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I might
We
do
only
this
have
one
2
first.
rounds, I thought, before we could.
If all you're doing is drinking potions, you can do this. So you're
Oh!
limited with this.
I only
spells.
enough.
rolled 1d4 before on that, so I'm actually gonna re-roll for my second d4.
I only have
Okay.
one. I only have one more healing potion on me, and I'm gonna save it just in case.
In that case, Ragoth is dumping one down your throat.
Okay.
I have
He
3
starts
more,
flying at this
and I have
point.
1 more.
All right. So I guess we're all flying then.
Okay. Everybody's health bars is up. You've used all
Correct.
your healing. Your
Yes.
We're-
As of now, yes.
Yeah, I'm. I don't like
Yeah.
this.
I don't like this at all. This is a horrible thing.
I'm not happy about it, but this is. Yeah, that's as high as I'm getting for now.
That makes
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
Short-
make sense for me to use anymore.
Short rest, hit dice. Let's do this. Let's go, guys. We need to go somewhere safe.
Okay. You begin to fly, and all of a sudden, as you're rounding over the corner of this this crater up ahead, you see another fireball or meteorite launch up into the air and just soar above your heads. And it looks like it's about to impact the ground that you were vacating. Let me make your tokens the right size.
What the fuck? Beat your butt!
Hey, Naru.
Yeah, can I cast Brimstone Skin on all of us?
Can you cast counterspell?
Can I cast Brimstone Skin on all of us?
I don't have high
roll
enough
initiative.
counterspell for this. I don't have counterspell.
God, we're gonna die.
I wonder if Pass Without Trace would have helped us.
Adrian?
Nat 20! That's a 30 for my initiative! Let me see you go
That's
before me!
amazing.
16 for my initiative.
Okay, so Judgy, do you need me to add you too?
10 for Zeta.
Are you letting me cast
Oh,
Brimstone
come
Skin on all of us?
On your turn, you can.
Oh, dang.
You spent all your non-combat turns doing healing.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. This guy is launched. Ragoth, you are in flight. You've just given, I think, Tabby a potion, so you're flying right next to her. It's more like your wings are like batting behind you, and she's just kind of sailing more Iron Man style next to you. But you give her the potion, and then you round the corner. You see this fireball launch up from this. It's not a pit. It looks like if you've ever seen a missile silo. Like these are not craters.
Yeah.
These just go straight down as far as you can see. And this meteorite launches forth burning flames, just everything around it scorched completely to this moon dust, and it launches up over your head and sails easily a couple 100 feet above you and starts to arc down to where you were just there moments before. What does Ragoth do?
Do I see Big Boy right there?
You do. Roll a perception check.
Percepciones. 24.
Okay. In his chest, you can see this rune in the avatar is glowing completely red, like this. It's emitting light shining out from his chest. His eyes are just holes where this fiery light is coming out. and he roars at you, and fire emits from his mouth.
In that case, I'm going to put my longsword away. I'm gonna free action longsword and shield away, and I'm grabbing my bow out, and I'm gonna take a shot at him.
Okay.
Or I get 2 shots actually. So, boop, and boop.
Wow.
13s.
Jeez!
God, Noah. Oh.
So
I'm sorry.
No. You got a good initiative.
he turns to you, roars. Your arrows fly down towards him. They hit into his chest and deflect into the dust around, causing this kind of spurt of particles.
Question: what is he roaring in? Or is it just?
It's just a loud roar. It's not no words. With a natural 20 plus 10, Ragoff, it is your turn.
Wasn't that my? Oh, so I get to. Ooh, okay. If that's the case, I do get to. Didn't I just go?
No, I'm giving you another turn because that's like the highest initiative I've ever seen.
Oh, yay!
You got a surprise round.
Yeah, Oh my gosh, I'm so glad about alert feet and stuff. That's amazing. Okay. In that case, I'm going to roar back at him, and towards the end of my roar, I'm going to fire off my 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Okay. Are you flying anywhere? Or are you still in formation with your allies?
I'm still in formation with them.
Okay.
Until I don't think it's a smart idea anymore. So 1, 2. Well, it's a 21 to hit and a 13. Does the 21 hit?
The 21 hits. The 13, he actually lifts a hand and catches it, and the energy kind of bursts through like his knuckles, but he deflects it basically by catching it. The other one though hits him square in the chest and does land. And that's
all right.
12 points.
Yeah, I will say he is aiming for his chest the entire time.
Okay.
And if that is the case, I'm going to bonus action Zephyr Strike. I'm going to go ahead and do this. So it's concentration up to 1 minute. So until the spell ends, my movement does not provoke opportunity attacks. And at one point, I can give myself advantage on 1 weapon attack, which will do an extra 1d8 force damage. Whether I hit or miss, my walking speed increased by 30 feet. Adrian, I'll let you decide if that also correlates to my fly speed.
You move like the wind, so I would presume it would.
Okay. So after I hit, that will happen. But yep, I up Zephyr Strike, and that's my bonus. And yeah, that's my turn. I'm staying with my comrades.
Okay. Naru.
Trying to remember what spell I used on the demons. I used Chromatic Orb, and I think I used it with poison or acid. One that wasn't, that these demons didn't have immunity or resistance to.
I think that'd probably be poison.
I think it was poison. Can I use a sorcery point to do True Strike as a bonus action to cast Chromatic Orb at a 4th level on these? Actually, I need to burn sorcery points to make it at a 5th level. We'll just do it at a 4th level for now. Chromatic Orb at a 4th level on this creature.
Okay. Yep. You can roll your attack. And then you cast Fly twice so far, I believe. So you've tracked that.
I did. I'm out of 5th level spells.
Okay.
Oh no.
But I can use sorcery points to cast 5th level spells. But I don't have enough sorcery points to cast 5th level spells unless I burn them this round.
Yep, is your move.
I'm pretty sure that's a bonus action. Just cast True Strike actually this round.
So you cast
And
it as a
then my
bonus?
bonus
Or no,
I'm going to cast it as a regular action, and then my next round I'm going to do the other things because I do want to cast it at higher levels.
Okay, what do you want to do with
So I'm going to
your action, your move, or bonus, or?
I'm going to do my burn some spell slots to get sorcery points to cast spells at higher levels.
Mommy, I
give me 1 minute, baby. So that's technically my turn.
Okay. So you're not moving at all? Staying in formation?
Is there a dodge action?
If you use your action to cast a spell, then you can't use it. So
no, for
I
now
think that's your
it's
turn.
fine.
So Tabitha.
Great. Tabitha. Only one person calls me Tabitha. Well, obviously, if I'm going to do anything, I will bonus action rage.
Okay.
And my scales start to glow from inside the golden scales. There's just lines of just beet red, and her eyes turn beet red. And so she's now glowing with a radiant of red energy. And since she's still flying, she has 60 feet of movement. And as she's moving, she's going to shout, "Heal on me." Fwah.
You want to get it uncrusted in the fridge?
Are you carrying me or is Naru?
Naru is. She insisted that I hold hands with Ragoth mid-flight.
I'll put you down whenever you want me to.
Can you carry us some more? I thought
Don't-
Sageatta was
I-
running.
Oh. I thought we were doing like the holding two hands together and Tabby's holding... I don't know. I don't know how this worked, but it did.
I feel like Sageatta is probably fairly heavy considering he has a horse body.
Yeah.
It's like a horse is about 800 some pounds, and then he's a human half on top, so that's probably like 900 pounds.
Tabby has a massive strength. I think that's
Tabby
something
could
really
do it, but I don't
good.
know if Naru could. Is what I'm saying.
Well, I can move almost as fast as you guys.
Whatever. It's... Yeah.
Great Weapons Master feat, Reckless Attack. 2 attacks. First one, 28 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Second one's 25.
Those both hit.
And
Yes.
I would like to spend a oh Jesus, what are they called?
Accuracy?
Superiority dice to do trip attack, make him fall prone. The DC, I haven't updated the text, but the DC is 19.
Okay, so for your barbarian rage, is that that's all? So 4 plus 29 plus 4 plus 24.
Yes. So 30. What's that? 33
Oh.
and 28.
8.
Okay, and then he makes a
Strength save or be knocked prone.
Okay. So /R. So he is knocked prone. How do you trip him?
I ram myself and my head into his chest, into the sigil, and then as he's falling, that's when I hit him with the 2 attacks.
Okay. Yeah, he drops down onto the ground, into this mini crater, and just roars. That doesn't say anything. It's just a bellowing roar with flames spouting out of his mouth.
As he roars at me, I roar back.
That would make a cool picture. Matey.
Just as
Matey.
a reminder.
Okay. Matey will move like 2 spaces forward. Just so that this guy's in range. And he will yell, "Oi! Do you take after the manticore or the donkey he fucked more?" And that is a vicious mockery.
Great, and that is a straight roll for wisdom. Ooh, what is your
That
DC?
matches.
Okay, so. Yep.
Match goes to defender. We do, right? Match goes to defender.
Yes.
Yep, me to beat.
Okay, in that case, nothing happens.
So move, and that's a bonus action. Any action?
To use vicious mockery is an action.
Oh, I thought. Okay, so do you have any bonus action then? Are you sure it's an action for vicious mockery?
Yeah, it's a full action.
It is.
Okay.
Sadly.
Okay. So that's it.
Bonus action?
No, Hold on a sec. As a bonus action, I will yell at Tabby, "Knock his arse onto the ground!" And she has a bardic inspiration.
Excellent. So him being on the ground, he kicks at Tabby with his foot. Let's see. That is going to be a slam attack. There's a 14 hit Tabby.
I'm gonna kick myself for doing this, but he has advantage because I went reckless.
But I think,
But he is prone.
yeah, he's...
So I think
So
it
does
goes
that
to-
balance out? Okay.
I believe so, and then-
14 does not hit me then. That makes sense if he's staying prone.
Yeah, he's attacking from the ground. And then with his bonus action, he's going to roll over still on the ground, so he's not actually getting up. And so he's facing this way, and he's going to roar, and kind of flames emit from his eyes and mouth, and this meteor launches up.
We're gonna have to deal with that soon.
Sageatta.
Sageatta would say, "Everyone close the distance with him. He can't fire meteors on his own position." And he will move 50 feet. I assume I think these might have reach. So he's gonna move, let's see here, 15 feet away. So yeah, he's gonna move 15 feet away. So he's gonna want to get close enough if this thing is less likely to start throwing meteors down on his own position, and then cast Hunter's Mark and try to put 2 Skyforge arrows into him. Yeah, as he rides up, it's like, I've slain demons just as big as you before, and dragons who are bigger. Ooh, that's not good. I'm gonna use inspiration on that one. Alright, first one's a 21 to hit. And
Oh my god, Eric!
Are you using a bardic inspiration?
Inspiration from last game.
Okay. What was the game, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't remember the last game I played with this character.
Was it when you made that comment in the tavern with Katie about when he was drunk?
Maybe.
Okay, well, cool. Yep, so inspiration is used. The natural one is replaced with the 9 plus 21 or plus 12, so that does hit for the 21. The second natural one doesn't hit. What is the benefit with your Skyforge arrows again?
They do an extra d6 damage to demons and undead.
Okay, so you get your additional damage on this monster.
Okay, so that is the regular damage from the piercing. And then...
9.
Huh?
It's a nice Emac.
Yeah, and then... and then with Hunter's Mark and the radiant damage since he's a demon. So for the arrow.
So that's 27 additional. Okay. Rygoth.
Okay. Seeing that meteor go up, Ragoth wants no part of that again. I can only get to there. Alright, I have a plan. Alright, I'm going to get to there, and then he's going to take 2 shots with his bow. One of these he will use his Ever Strike for. So first one he will shoot with advantage. That's a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
Second shot is a nat 20.
That will hit.
So change that 7 to an 8. So yeah, he'll do those, and then with that, he does get an additional 30 feet of movement.
Okay, so the
Thanks
first one, the 14 is correct.
Yes,
And then
14
that
is
should actually be 17 for the next one, right?
correct. Next one should be 17.
Okay.
Yep, and he will use his Zephyr Strike movement to get right up on him, probably right there actually.
Okay.
He wants to be alongside his comrades fighting this thing, and now he's in melee range, which is where he needs to be.
And you have a Skyforged greatsword.
Yes, I do. I just couldn't get close enough to use it.
Okay. Naru.
After a moment of indecision, I figured out what I want to do. First off, I need to... Actually, we can just do this. It's easier. Q. 35? Is that the average movement? 35? Hold on.
30 and then
Character sheet.
30. is the normal
30.
speed.
30. Actually, I don't... Is this the proper space? My
Yeah,
gosh.
this is to good. Yes.
I don't know how much I just moved.
That was 20 feet, so that's 25, and then one more would be 30.
One more from here?
Unless
Okay.
you're going straight. I guess you could move one more space, actually, from where you were.
Cool. We'll go there. From here, I am within distance to cast Fairy Fire on this target, and I'm going to do it just so Tabby and Ragoth are out. But before I do that, I'm going to use 3 sorcerer points so it gets disadvantage on its dex saving throw.
Okay.
So,
If you want to
Disadvantage?
move more, I think you're still flying.
That's
yeah,
true,
I
she
am
is
still
flying.
flying. Forgot about that. Well, in that case, I'm going to get to a decent distance, which is somewhere far away from where that is going to fall and destroy everything. So there. Fairy Fire on him, and he has to make a dex saving throw. I believe.
Yep, fails on
Hold
both
on.
sides.
Perfect. He now has... sorry. Fairy Fire. Object within 20 feet is outlined in a red light of my choice. Any creature in that area who fails on his dex for the duration. Oh, by the way, after I moved, the flying went away. Sorry, Matey. It's a concentration spell. Any attack made against this creature is made with advantage. So, we all have advantage on our attacks. Yes.
Okay, so he doesn't have any damage he's taking, though. He's just illuminated now,
He
right?
did not take any damage. However, any attacks made against him are made with advantage. And that's what I'm gonna do, because
Okay.
the next thing I'm gonna do, that's it.
So, Tabby. He's still prone on the ground. You tripped him, and he's still down there.
I know, and now I have natural advantage, so I don't have to go reckless. 20.
Hit.
32 points of bludgeoning damage. In case it is necessary, this is a +2 maul, so it is considered magical, but it's not considered holy.
Yep.
Yep. And then a 28 for 34.
Plus 34. Yeah, you're just smashing him when he's down. You actually chip part of his wing bone, and he howls again. Anything else?
Good. Can I roll a perception check? I'm looking to see where the first meteor he shot off with, I want to see where it's at. Not with advantage, normal.
The first one?
16.
The first one is erupted outside the crater where you guys were healing up.
Okay, because he launched off. I'm looking for this one launched off.
That one's erupted behind, like, way over behind the lip of the crater.
Okay, cool. do I have enough with a 16 to see where this one is, or no?
Yeah, it's coming down towards Matey.
If I have enough reaction, I'm gonna say, Matey, move.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
gonna
do that.
shout
Go
at
for it.
him. Yep, just look over at Matey and yell, move! And hold on.
Okay,
I
go
actually
ahead.
want to spend another superiority die. Can I? Hold on. Let me check. Yeah, if he can hear me, I'm gonna shout move. No damage, but he can use his reaction to move up to half its speed without taking an attack of opportunity. So this is giving him the ability to move right now if he wants.
I mean, I'm gonna.
So you can move up to half
So
your
half
speed.
my speed.
That's
That's
30
right.
flying.
30 because I've got fly.
Yep. So you can move wherever you want.
You don't have fly. Sorry, the fairy fire is a concentration spell, and so the
Right.
Oh,
So
that's
that's only 50.
sorry,
that's great. How much fall damage do I take because I was in the air?
you don't.
You were on the ground.
Oh,
'cause you're
you just
engaged
slow it
in
down.
combat.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Fairy-
God. I was like, oh
yeah.
no.
Yeah, I believe once flight ends, once the spell ends, you land slowly towards the ground. You don't just fall to your
sure?
death. Pretty sure.
I'll check.
I'm pretty sure.
Either way, you were engaged in combat with him lower down, so.
Yeah. So
When the spell ends, the target falls if it is still aloft, unless it. Oh wait, no, yeah, unless it can stop the fall.
Yeah. So you would drop just down onto the ground because
I-
you're that.
I did
close.
yell a warning, by the way, when I said that. When I cast Fairy Fire, I said fly's gonna end soon, so I gave you a warning.
So
then you just hear responsive. I hope you can cast this again so we can leave fast.
Yes, I did.
I hope you heard that.
so if you canceled it on your turn, then that would mean Matey would fall, correct? Is it instant?
Potentially.
Yes.
Still, so you.
That
I'll
answer is
just-
a yes.
I will have you make a dexterity saving throw to try to tuck and roll as you're lying down on the ground. And
18.
how high would you approximately say that you're falling? Were you flying 20 feet up? 30?
I wouldn't. I mean, I was probably just skimming along the ground like 10 feet.
Okay, I will not.
I didn't want to
take
go up
damage
too
then.
high. I just wanted to move.
Okay, then you would take 0 damage as you kind of duck into the crash down into the sand, or it's like a very fine dust, and you just kind of roll through it and get back up, and then it's your movement. So carry on.
Huh. Neat. Matey will move over to beside Sageatta, because that is his 30 feet of movement.
I think you also get the extra 15 with Tabby's. If you want.
I had already moved that 15 when Tabby mentioned it.
Oh, okay, so you already fixed it. Okay, carry on.
And I will yell at the demon. It must be so much easier buying gifts for your sister, wife, and mother when they're the same person.
That's a 14 even.
14 failed.
Failed, so he has disadvantage? Or is
Yes.
it? Okay.
He gets disadvantage on his next attack roll, and he takes 2d4 psychic damage.
Okay, go for it.
Takes 7 psychic damage, and he has disadvantage on his next attack.
Okay. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
So, Matey, in your mind, you hear the familiar voice of the queen shriek, "Finish him!" And you get another turn.
Alright, if you insist. Honestly, you're such a backseat driver you are up there. If I could actually click on anything, that would really be helpful, game. Hang on a minute, my laptop's being weird.
The queen is trying to backseat drive Queen Matey.
Okay. So. Okay. This is going to be fun. Could the demon please make me a Constitution saving throw?
Ooh,
As
Constitution.
I am casting Shatter. As I'm casting Shatter at 5th level.
Well, that's a 9.
Which fails, which also means I've used up my only mass cure wounds, so can we try not to die? So he fails, so he takes 3, 4, 5. He takes 6d8 thunder damage.
This is going to be close. I hope you roll well.
He takes 21 thunder damage as Matey just shrieks out on his violin.
So part of his bones that are just, he's got these spikes sticking out of his skin on his back. Some of those actually do shatter and break off, and he howls in rage. Do you have anything else that you can do on your turn? He doesn't go down. I think that's an action, so you have a bonus.
I don't believe I've got anything I can do as a bonus.
Okay. So, on his turn, he's still on the ground. He like raises up to his full height, taking his half movement, and he kind of looks at Tabby directly in the eyes, and these ember eyes of his burn brightly. And then he throws his fists down towards the ground and throws his head up and roars. And I need, let's see. Sorry, 1 second. What is the radius? 20 foot. So I need everybody but Naru to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit.
As his body swells with flame and it bursts outwards in all directions. Fireball.
Oh boy.
This is the situation where you guys want to be in my position and I should be in your position. You know?
May I burn a luck dice?
You may if you have them.
I also gave Matey Bardic Inspiration a while back.
I have
Oh,
Bardic.
that's true, yes.
What's your Bardic Inspiration, Matey? Is it an 8?
Mine's a
Yes,
6.
you
His
have
is
a
an 8.
d8.
Yes, I need to ask. Yeah. So I am at a 19. And
Nice.
what does your Bardic Inspiration do if I use it on a saving throw?
You can expend the note to gain temporary hit points equal to the number rolled on the Bardic Inspiration die plus my Charisma modifier. So you now have, what did you roll?
6.
You now have 11 temporary hit points.
Got it.
Adrian, I just put my Lesser Evasion. That's from Nightblade. Since I have 2nd level Nightblade, and since this is Fireball, which is actually stated in the text, since I did pass my save, I will take 0 damage from this.
Ragoth, I imagine your result of that is you fly like straight up.
Yeah,
what do
he
you
would. He would fly straight up, and the darkness is still around him,
It's almost
and
like shielding him even. That's
yeah,
cool.
it's almost shielding him at this point. Yeah,
That's
so that's
the
what he
epic.
can do.
Now, Tabby, you have fire resistance, correct?
Yep, and I saved.
So you take a quarter, so 30 divided by 4, that's going to be 7 points of damage.
Got
Very
it.
normal. Matey,
And-
you have no fire resistance, right?
Yep, so
you
I'm
take
taking
15.
15 damage.
And then Sageatta, did I see your roll?
Sageatta
Okay.
has fire resistance as well.
I already took the 7 off.
Okay, perfect. So this just envelops. There's an enormous meteorite which strikes here and just creates a brand new crater in the ground there. You are all out of range, so it doesn't affect. For his bonus action, he launches this one. And it seems to be arcing up over the, not even that high. It just kind of goes up by maybe about 50 feet and looks like it's about to begin to sink. And then this one, a light begins to come up from this chamber.
What the crap is this?
He's calling fire down at his own location. He's either immune to fire, or he's gonna take some damage himself.
Okay, so that was action, move. Yeah, so he's done. Sageatta.
He's calling fire down at his own location. Good. Scatter. And then he'll turn to demon. You chose the wrong group to send fireballs at. He'll send 2 more arrows at this guy. 26 and 31.
Both hit.
And then afterwards, he's gonna book it out of the area. So. 14 piercing and 16 piercing and 15 radiant / hunter's mark.
Okay.
And he is calling fire down either at Naru's location or our location. So I'm going to then book it 50 feet this way.
Okay.
That's it. And as I book it over there, as a bonus action, I want to look at this crater. See if there's any way I can disrupt it or anything that can.
You can roll a perception check. I think you'd have to actually spend an action to do a full-on investigation, but you can take a quick look with a perception.
I don't think I'm going to see much of the 10.
And, you can see that there's a light deep down within, and it seems to be getting slowly brighter. Ragoth.
All right. All right. He's going to. I haven't taken any damage, luckily, so my Zephyr Strike is still up because it hasn't been a minute yet. So I'm going to slash down at him twice with my greatsword.
Okay.
So that'll be 1. That's a 26 to hit for a total of 19 damage. Second attack, that's a 15 to hit.
That misses.
All right. If that is the case, I'm going.
Is Fairy Fire still on him?
I believe it is. That's for 10 minutes, right? So that means advantage?
Yeah.
Is that advantage? All right, I'll reroll that.
Is.
I'll reroll that
Technically,
second
you
one.
both will, if you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
it
that's still
would.
gonna be missed.
Yeah.
So,
So still, but he did take the first one.
you can roll a perception check though if you want.
Okay.
It's a free
I
one.
do wish to. 17.
So you can see as you bury one blade, or you have got just one out, right?
Yeah.
So you.
He's got his great sword, so he's wielding it with both hands.
Yeah. So you chopped in, it kind of goes down into its shoulder, and you yank it out and try to sweep it down to hit him again. He kind of blocks it with his arm a little bit, but he looks like he's very weak. And you can see that the fire in his mouth is gone, and his eye, the one on the right, is beginning to flicker, and then the one on the left also begins to flicker. Anything else on your turn?
Ragoth roars at him in an infernal. will basically just start we'll curse him out in Infernal, and I'm going, and then I don't have to disengage thanks to Zephyr Strike still being up. That's why I did mention it, and I'll take 30 feet of movement too.
Did you roll your radiant?
Yeah, that's the second die.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So I'll take my 30 feet right there.
Okay.
He's trying to get the heck out of Dodge, and he yells at everyone else, at Matey and Tabby, "Get the hell out of there!"
Okay. Naru. You might be muted.
There's a +10 to that attack. It's a ranged spell attack for a poison chromatic orb at level 5
Okay.
using sorcery points.
Yep, you hit him.
So 7, 8 poison damage. 5, 6, 7 damage to him. Poison. And do you want me to re-roll for advantage? Ha!
If you want to roll for an advantage or try for a crit, you can.
23.
Okay. So what
Never.
was the damage?
D5.
13 damage or?
35.
Oh, 35. Okay.
35. I cast it at a 5th level.
So the chromatic orb, the poison washes over his wings and basically melts off any of the fabric-y type leather that's attached to it, leaving just the spindles. He had stood up, but he sinks back down to his knees, and again you can see that his eyes have gone out. He's still moving around a little bit, but it doesn't look like the only thing that's really glowing is his chest rune there. But everything else seems to be completely deteriorating and smoking and sizzling from the acid.
I think that is it for this turn then.
Okay.
Well, actually no, I want to move, sorry. You kind of want to move back to where did the fire go out where the hit happened over
What?
yonder? Over here?
There's a big crater and smoldering ash, but there's not like a
Okay.
big fireball there, no.
I'm just going to stand there.
Okay. So Tabby, roll a perception check for me.
Okay. Perception. Total of 20. Damn,
Okay.
she's done 20 roll tonight.
So Tabby, you can see all this happening. You can see that there's a meteorite which is about to come down towards you from the sky. You can see that this monstrosity, this demon, he looks dead, except his rune in his heart is still glowing, and because of that, there seems to be like he's still like he's sunk down to his knees, like he just won't fall down and die, but he's not functioning anymore. The head and the mouth, there's no light there anymore. You think for all intents and purposes like he should have been dead like after a couple of those arrows and the strike from Ragoth. Something's not right.
Okay. Can I try to bash the glow out of his chest?
You can try.
Okay. And Fairy Fire is still up? Confirm?
I believe that's 10 minutes.
It
Okay.
is still up.
Okay.
Yep.
I volunteer to pull his heart out, by the way.
I don't think you'll get the chance. 27?
Yep, that hits. You hit him square in the chest. The force of the blow, that's another one. 29 damage. He
Yep.
gets knocked flat down into the dirt, and his head throws back into the sand or the powder. The rune is still glowing in his chest, even though the skin around it is all beat now.
Great. Can I use my maul to try to beat the rune out of him
Can make another
for my
attack.
second attack?
Yeah. Stand over and punch
22?
down.
22?
22. Yeah, well, yeah, you auto hit because he's down, but 28 plus 4, so 30 plus 32 damage.
Yep.
So you breach the 400 mark. The skin is just crunched down behind it. The glow is still glowing from beneath your maul, but when you pull up the weapon, the chest cavity has just been crushed in, and then there's just the glowing down from the sand beneath him, and it's still there.
So I would like to do two things. One, because I made a contact, I would like to spend another maneuver die, and tell Matey to move.
Okay, Matey, you have another 15 feet of movement, which you can use now.
Okay. I'm going to use it to approach the creature.
Okay.
Because fuck
bad.
logic.
That's a bad idea.
In your mind, I'll go ahead.
I was going to say, as a bonus action, can I pull out the rune?
You can try.
What would you like me to roll for that?
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
18.
You touch it, and immediately a fiery sensation, which doesn't feel normal because you're resistant to fire, so you don't get burned by simple things. But what feels like a extremely hot searing on your palm shoots up your arm. You will take half damage for that, and then half down again to a quarter, which is not terrible. I mean, you only take what, three points of damage. And you can lift up this. It's the rune itself. It's not like a rock or a gemstone or anything. It's just like a plate that's a rune, and some of those glyphs are not even connected to each other, but it's still one piece somehow. And you lift it up, and it's searing hot.
Perfect. Action surge. And then I would like
You're
to
gonna break it, aren't you?
No, I'm going to use my full action to dash, and I get 80 feet, pretty much 80 feet of movement. So I'm going pretty much all the way to the edge of the map.
Okay, so you can
Boink!
use just the last bit. You're climbing up the embankment since you don't have flying. You're just running for it.
Yeah, I'm getting the hell out of the way of all that explosion.
Okay.
But I have the thing.
Matey.
I mean, I was going to see if the queen wanted to try and pull it out, but if it's gone, it's gone.
Well, in your mind,
Matey will.
The queen is shouting, "Get the rune!"
In a minute. If I could actually select the token. Matey takes the dash action to run over here.
Okay. The meteorite swings down and begins to curve. Naru, please make a dexterity saving throw.
It's chasing the rune.
And then Tabby,
Natural
I need
20.
you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. So it doesn't hit you directly because you're scaling over the embankment of the crater edge. You jump over and kind of roll, and then the entire ground beneath you erupts in flame as the meteorite swooping up. Sorry, that's the wrong one. It knocks you completely into the air, and you're enveloped with the flames. And then the meteorite itself continues to fly upwards until it loses momentum and crashes down another 50 feet down with another explosion. But the fire portion of it will hit you, which is the 20d6. And then you take half of that because you're fire resistant. So you take 32 points of fire damage. And roll another dexterity saving throw to try to grab the rune.
Okay. Character sheet. Wow! What the fuck?
The rune goes flying into the sand just like another 5-10 feet away from you. After that occurs, the lights begin to the one that was just surfacing there immediately begins to evaporate. Naru, with your natural 20, you kind of just ducked and rolled completely out of the way of that meteor. And then I want Sageatta and Ragoth and Matey to please make a perception check.
If this is what I think it is, and I think this is the dungeon starting to collapse, do I get advantage? Do me and Matey get advantage because we've been in one of these things before?
No, because the dungeon is about to collapse. You won't need to make a perception check to know that. The perception is for seeing something else.
Damn.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Beautiful.
I got
God.
24.
25.
I followed you.
24. Holy
That was
shit.
beautiful, Matey. And I love how you have a +7 and he has a +5.
So
Indeed.
Sageatta, don't you need to make a check as well?
Hello?
yeah, if you can.
Right.
Matey and Ragoth, though, for sure, you see up in the sky, kind of above you. I'll flip the page just really quick. All of those meteors that were flying towards your home have all been extinguished. The last ones that were still on their way. Back here,
Oh, thank God.
both
Good.
Ragoth and Matey, you see Tabby get kind of caught and winged by this meteorite as it flies over. And you see not only her, but the glowing symbol, whatever she was holding, goes flying from her grasp too as she disappears over the top of the meteorite. And that brings us to Sageatta. Are you still with us? I think it might be a little too late for Eric.
Might be.
He might have passed out.
Do you want
I'll
me to?
just say
So
do you want me
Eric
to?
starts running
yeah.
towards the porthole.
Do you want me
Yeah.
to kick him from the chat so we won't wake him up?
I don't want to do that to him because he might wake up and he might want to still be here. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
for
So
the
I don't want to
ground,
wake him.
the fire is all extinguished. These tunnel things down into the below whatever it is all begin to crumble, and the ground begins to quake, and everything is becoming shaky, and the ground beneath your feet begins to turn to quicksand as the dust is just compiling and getting sucking. And which is going to draw you to half movement. So Jedi will say he's going to dash anyways for his, whatever it is, 50 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then next up is Ragoth.
Having wings, I'm going to take to the air.
Yep.
And I'm going to... Alright, I'll take a full dash. And when I get up to Tabby, I'm guessing she's on the ground because that was a heavy hit. He's gonna pick her up and continue flying 10 feet.
The rune
So
Where-
this-
Yeah.
Where's the rune compared to
You
her?
can
would have
see.
landed like right there.
Yeah,
I think.
it's being almost like if you put something into, like a polisher where all the rocks are shaking a bunch and so stuff falls in it. It's kind of like that, but you can still see the glow from beneath the dirt.
If that's the case, and she does say that, he still has 10 feet, he'll get over to it. And can I take my bonus action to grab it?
You can. I'll have you roll a dex save for it, just because you're
Dex
picking
save?
someone up and dashing. So yeah, if your bonus action,
Okay.
your action be
So-
to dash, and your bonus action be to be picking her up.
Yep.
I'm guessing I nodded off and missed a 10 again.
I figured basically Sageatta would dash. So the ground is crumbling. Tabby and Ragoth are retrieving the anchor, which is that kind of rune plate.
Well-
Everything is beginning to crumble and suck down, which is creating like a quicksand.
Zeta wouldn't leave those that many Skyfoot arrows.
Okay, you want to
Yeah,
go back
so-
and try to retrieve?
He would at least grab the 3 out of the body. The one that missed, is that anywhere he could be
Ro-
seen?
Roll a perception.
$17?
Yep, you can see it's beginning to disappear into the ground, but it's just in the back.
That's 50 feet to get back there.
And it's a half movement.
Oh, okay. So he can at least get back and get the 3 out of there, and that's one turn. Now I guess next round I'll see if he goes after the 1 or just takes the 3 and loses the 1.
So then next up would be I skipped. So Naru would be next. Ragoth, did you roll the deck save? You did.
I did.
Yeah.
I got a dirty 20. So
thinking about it
Good.
though, because you dashed to get up there. That's your action and your move.
that wasn't my that was not my full dash. I have AD for my dash because I was also in the air.
Yeah, but to be
And
so
Zephyr's still up, right?
you can get there, but then if you're picking up Tabby, that would pretty much be your bonus action.
That would be my bonus action.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
have to either just kind of pass over her to get it, or if you're picking her up, you can maybe you can get over it, and maybe Tabby can grab it. But
Yeah, I get us over it, and so that she can
Okay.
grab it.
Alright.
But I do now have her in my arms.
then Naru, your turn.
I cast fly on myself. Then my priority would be Tabs. So I then would fly to Tabby. And next round, I would cast fly on Tabby and Ragoth so they could be
You
faster.
get one, still an initiative.
I know.
So, So you cast fly, that's an action. Then you use your
Get
movement to
over.
fly up there, and then you have a bonus.
Do they
action.
have do they have the rock?
No, it's
Not yet.
it's like right here.
No, it's on the ground.
Okay, I get the rock. I'll get the rock then.
Do you want to fly down and scoop it up?
Yeah.
Okay. So Naru, you feel this very sizzling hot sensation in your, is it what, marble, like not marble but like
I am
hands that have,
extremely excited and intrigued, and I stick it in my bag of holding. Okay.
okay, so you pick it up. Alrighty.
In my bag of holding.
Tabby.
Tabby is like the wind's been knocked out of her. She's like, oh my god, that was not fun. We gotta go. Someone needs to grab Naru.
Yo.
Naru, are you gonna cast fly?
Yes, on as many people as I can, and I have 13 points, and so I can cast it on 5 people, and that'll be every single possible spell point. Actually, no, I can cast a level 1 spell as well, in case I need to shield myself. Anyway.
So Tabby.
We've got the rune. I'm pretty much in Ragoth's arms, so like I really don't feel like there's much I can do. I will hold my action until Naru casts fly on me, as my intention is to go over and grab Sageatta, unless he gets fly casted on him as well. And then if he does, then as soon as fly is casted, then I will take off towards the towards the exit.
Okay. Matey.
Right, so how far away is the dungeon entrance?
It's about another 100 feet from the lip of the crater, I believe.
It was 2 rounds with 120 feet movement.
So if that's the case, then it is 240 feet. What does it say? 200 feet away.
Thanks, Becca.
Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, thanks, Becca.
I
Back-
would like
Backseat DMing.
so
I'm mathing here.
I'm sorry, everyone. But I have no way of helping you from my position.
It's fine.
So-
Just get out.
Helping
talking-
yourself
talking as
is
a
the
player.
best
Sorry,
you can do
guys.
to help. Helping yourself is
So-
the best you can do to help us. Get closer to me and I can cast fly on you.
The thing is, if I get closer to the exit, I can just leave and then you won't have to cast fly on me. You could save that spell slot for something else.
Oh.
So Matey is going to use his final level 4 spell slot and cast Dimension Door on himself.
He poofs.
And yeah, Matey is just going to yeet himself out of this dimension.
Okay.
Matey GTFOs. That's awesome.
Okay.
That is
Just-
perfect. That's totally fine.
So Matey, you
Again, sorry guys, this means I can't help you. But bye.
But you leap through this window into and right in front from one portal into the next. You jump from the craters directly on the other side of the dimension door is the portal to vacate this realm, and you feel yourself being tugged through space and time. You go whoosh, and you are out of the dungeon. Everything is beginning to quake and rumble. Sageatta.
I think he's gonna be smart enough to leave the one arrow, but he has 3 that hit, so he's gonna just take off 50 feet towards the thing and just count the one arrow as a loss.
Come towards us. Come towards us more.
Okay, so you take a full round dash, which will get you right in between the two. Do you want me to move you for you?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so you get to about there. Ragoth. You're holding Tabby.
Naru.
Tabby's kind of
Naru.
waiting for Naru. Naru's
Yeah, you guys
scooped
were-
it up from beneath you both and is depositing it into a bag.
Since she's already doing that, Ragoth look at Tabby, and just be like, "We need to go," and starts flying towards.
Can you hold your action for? Because I'm going to cast fly on both of you, which will make you both faster.
Can I hold my action for that, DM?
If you have to do it in character.
If you would say that, then Ragoth be like, "All right, when I feel the magic, I'm going," and he's getting ready to go. I do also have one other thing I do want to do. And I'm going to up Zephyr Strike again. And I have a question, DM.
Mm-hmm.
It says if I attack anybody, can I... This could be the weirdest question I've ever asked. Can I hit myself in the hand to up the Zephyr Strike bonus movement?
I
Because
will say,
technically I'm
what weapon are you holding?
I'm not holding weapon.
So how?
I'm fine cutting myself with my sword if I have to do this. But I think that extra movement is...
Roll a
Abby's
Constitution
totally
save.
done that before. Yours is so
Repeat that, I'm
perfect for
sorry.
each other.
Just roll a Constitution save, and then describe to me what Ragoth is doing to injure himself.
That's a 13, so it's not gonna look pretty apparently.
Yep.
Ragoth, he's got Tabby in his arms, and he has a dagger on his side that he always keeps. He uses his wing and kind of flips the dagger up and lets it kind of sink into his leg.
Yep. You don't have to write down any damage because we're out of combat at this point. But you feel the pain, and you will now have a scar on the back of your lower left leg, a big gash. And you get that extra movement.
All right, and I will use that movement with everything.
Okay.
So I do have an additional 30 feet.
Okay, so you both are all 3 of you really, because now you're next. You're casting the fly spell. Who can that touch?
I can cast it. Well, I have 13 sorcery points left. It only takes 6 to cast a 4th level spell, and I'm going to cast it on both Ragoth and Tabby. They both get fly, in which case I have 7 sorcery points left. Shh, hold on, Lizzie. And after I cast fly on both of them, their held action goes off, and I fly towards Sageatta.
Okay.
And I'm going to be flying along his speed until I get a chance to catch, until I get a chance to cast fly on him as well.
Okay, Tabby.
Seeing that Naru's going that direction to cast fly on Sageatta, she drops the idea to
Hold him.
to go back and grab him. So instead, feeling the magic and probably the fire emanating from her feet, because I imagine she flies like Iron Man. Unless she has her ball out, then she's flying like Thor, because got to stick with the Marvel universe. So as she feels that, she's like, "All right, I'm good. Let's go." And she, as soon as Ragoth lets her go, she takes off.
I'm
All right.
also pretty sure Ragoth's wings have like fire coming out from them.
Yeah.
That would be
So
cool.
as it happens, Ragoth unfolds his wings completely. They were like half unfolded. He was kind of flying, but he wasn't as full speed yet. Now he's really going, and he will move. What's fly speed with that?
60 feet.
60 feet.
So
So he
double the
moves.
120.
So he moves 150 feet with his held action.
Okay, so the portal's just in front of you.
All right.
And that. Oops. Let me go back to your page. Oh, there's one more person. Matey, you feel yourself being pulled through, and you emerge, popping back into what is no longer a ship. It is just completely smoldering ruins surrounding you. There might be bits of wood and crates and maybe a cannon or the wreckage of the iron from there, but there's nothing left here. This has been bombarded by multiple meteors, but you're surrounded by just carnage and destruction. And in your mind you hear, "Get the anchor! What are you doing, you stupid robot? Get the anchor!"
Jay, you there?
Sorry, I'm here.
You emerge into the carnage of the ship. Decimated
Was
by
that the queen
meteorites.
yelling at me?
Yes, it was.
Would you mind fucking up for just a minute?
Do you
I'm
want
gonna
to?
stand around and wait for my friends to show up.
Okay. So that is his turn. The entire world is beginning to collapse. This is your last round to escape. And it looks like you all will, because as you are now flying over the dust, everything quaking beneath you, Ragoth, you're 50 feet away from it. Tabby, I think you're about the same, or no? Are you just a little behind?
Tabby's a little behind me, I think.
I would be a little behind. He has an additional 30 feet of movement that I don't have.
Okay, so he's up close to the front. Sageatta, you're flying now?
Okay, so she can't fly on me. Now I have horseshoes of. I imagine like my feet light on fire like a nightmare, and I just start running.
Pretty much, yeah.
And so actually now, but because I have horseshoes of speed, my speed is now gonna be 70. I would actually probably grab Naru and just start running. For would be 70 times 2 would be
140, yeah.
140.
You'll be able to do so unless Naru's objecting.
I am all for anything that makes us faster.
So, Sageatta, you're just kicking up streams of this rock and debris as you're just like lightning across the surface. And then with a galloping leap, you jump through the portal, pulling Naru behind. Pretty much
I should say
tying.
lesser. I should say lesser horseshoes of speed. They only add plus 10. True horseshoes of speed add plus 30.
Okay. And then Ragoth and Tabby, you were able to jump through as well, just barely as the plane begins to crumble behind you. And you feel yourselves being pulled through as well until you emerge on the other side into the smoking embers of what used to be this Ailstorm ship. Wow, that didn't work.
As I
Wow,
come
you
through,
guys
I'm
are
visibly.
tiny. Oh, fuck.
My mouse.
As we come through, I am visibly disappointed the ship is not on fire.
It was, but it's not anymore. I mean, there's bits.
Tabby takes off straight into the air and starts flying directly back to town because she knows that the guildmaster is there, and she wants to check on him.
Okay. So you
Ragoth
Yeah,
will follow.
That's definitely at the top of my list as well. Since I'm happy that everyone is back, everyone's good. Matey seems fine, as much as Matey normally is. So yeah, I
Actually-
would follow Tabby.
Naru.
Actually, what?
Naru.
Uh,
Do you have the anchor?
Busy right now.
Are you
Hi.
flying?
All right, fine. It's just that
Yeah.
bitch won't shut up about it. And Matey points at his own face.
Yeah, and in your mind, she is still screaming and howling. So you guys all take flight.
We probably want to have a conversation about this back at the place.
Yep, so you all
Oh.
are able to begin flying. It's going to be a little bit before you get back to the city, so there's no more bombardment, though you can see this trail of carnage from where all these meteorites have kept smashing into everything. And you can see that there's...
Taco looked fine when we left. Looked just unconscious when we left, and the media sort of followed us.
I don't know if he was unconscious. All I saw was him flying, which sometimes doesn't indicate anything is wrong. But when you just got hit by a giant meteor that hit your shield, it could indicate something is wrong.
So
we're
maybe
flying.
the queen is still just shouting in your ear, in your mind, like, "Get the anchor! Get it! You can't let it leave! I need the anchor!" Ah! You're going crazy.
Matey is trying his best to ignore her. Actually, DM, would you be all right with me making a perception check?
Mhm.
Because Matey would like to take a look at the ship and see if it is the actual Ailstorm,
Yeah, you've got the time
or if it
you
is
want to
just
pause
something that
and
was
survey
created
it.
for the dungeon.
Yep, you can roll a perception check, or if you want to actually hang about the wreckage for longer while the others are flying away, you can try to investigate it if you want to spend a little time.
So,
Perception is
unfortunately,
higher.
I do not have enough sorcery points to cause him to fly. I'm one sorcery point short of being able to make him fly. So
Oh, for Matey, so he's on the foot.
maybe. So he's on foot.
No Inspector Matey?
No Inspector Matey. It's very
Aw.
disappointing.
I'm hoofing it. Yeah. Well, I'm not hoofing it because Sageatta's not there.
Well, if you want to, you can either percept or you can try to investigate and poke around.
Would this be with advantage because I know this ship?
Sure. Yeah, you'd know the distinguishing factors if down to like the graffiti somebody wrote in the bathroom wall type thing. So if you can look for stuff like that with advantage.
Oh, that
19.
makes me miss Harkness.
Matey, you see something interesting. It's the actual helm of the ship blasted into smithereens, but there's still 3 spokes left on it, 3 of the handles meeting down at the bottom. And you pull this free from the smoking ash around it. It is very new looking. It is not the Ailstorm.
Oh, thank the gods for that. He'll throw the bit aside and start walking back to town.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh well, at least it wasn't the real one. Throw.
So, any other bits here, or do you want to just go back to the city ASAP?
Sageatta would
No,
more.
Matey's just going.
Sageatta would why he considered Matey an ally. He's got closer connection to the other 3, so he would stick with them as they rush back.
Okay.
I kind of want to make sure that Matey is eventually coming back. I'm not sure if I knew that he was getting irritated by a voice in his head.
I mean, I did tell you that she was yelling at me.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good. I definitely want to know what's going on with her. So I'm not going to completely abandon him. I'm a little nervous for what the queen wants to do, and it just makes me a little nervous.
So are you going to go back and rendezvous with Matey then, or are you going straight to the Vierton?
I'm gonna double check that Matey is gonna come back to the bar.
So Matey, as soon as Naru looks like she's heading towards you, in your mind, the queen says, "If you don't get that anchor, I will."
I yell, "Are you
Look.
coming back to the bar?"
I yell back, "Bear with!" And I point and I like smack the side of my head. Listen up in there. I'm the one in control of this body. So unless you want me to throw myself into the pier for the next few days, you're gonna do what you're gonna do what I say. Do you understand me?
There's just silence.
All right. Now, how about you take off your panties and undo the twist that's in them? And Matey will stroll over to.
I'm not leaving the ground. I'm
No.
staying up above.
How high?
I'm heading back to the pub.
Okay, after that, I'm gonna go straight back to the pub.
Naru, how high are you flying?
Away from Matey, so I'm out of his range, but far enough to where he can hear me.
So like 50 feet?
I recommend
distance.
staying 30 feet or more away.
Yeah, a good distance.
Okay.
A very far distance. And then I'm gonna book it out of there. Bye, I'm leaving. I
Before
got
you
my
can do
answer.
so, Naru and Matey, I need you both to make wisdom saving throws. As Matey, in your mind, you hear the most agonizing, painful wail and screech that you've ever heard this spirit ever give, and she just yells, and it just is a prolonged one that just goes for seconds after seconds.
I'm all right.
You are okay, but then there's a vibration in your faceplate, and all of a sudden, you are free.
You are free.
The queen spirit leaves Matey and flies towards Naru.
Oh, Shiza.
Oh,
Can I fly booking it 120 feet?
So you
Please?
begin to flee, and this spirit begins to chase after you until this now audible wailing screech begins to slowly fade and die out until the night is still. Naru continues on. Matey, you feel better, and you can tell that you have been freed of this spirit. But in the night, you can just hear the wailing screech continue.
So I no longer have my channel spirit ability.
That will stay, but the spirit possession is gone. So the flaw is gone.
That's fine with me.
I'm so happy I rolled somewhat decent. However, I'm really hoping it's high enough because I don't want to be mentally insane.
Yeah.
As soon as I get back to the bar, are we continuing?
Yes, you can all make it to Vierton. However, the possession has gone. I'll rewrite your ability, Matey, so that it is correct, and I'll reissue that. Naru, you escaped having the possession. Since you delayed, Tabby, Ragoff, and Sageatta are going full speed to the city. And what you find on the inside is some of the walls have been destroyed. Let me take those back out. Some of the walls on both edges have been destroyed. The homes or businesses, whatever was nearby, the fires have been extinguished by the militias and the town guards and all that. And you see just people still running about and everything. But everything seems otherwise okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
Where's the guildmaster?
Yeah, perception check to spot the guildmaster, please.
Yeah, I think we have the
You
same
would roll
exact
an
idea.
investigation because he's not to be found in the streets from what you can see. When you go to the guild and you're wanting to go, if you're wanting to go inside,
it's 11. Yeah.
The guild hall, the entrance is completely empty. So Tabby, the first thing you see is just nobody there, and you're almost like going to go back out to keep looking outside. But Ragoff points to the office, and the door is slightly ajar, and it looks like there's some people within.
Bust through the door.
Yeah, I'd say Ragoth's running in there as well.
Okay. Inside, I don't know if your characters are all still in here. I'll just put the ones that aren't here in GM here. And I should probably put the mini on for him, because this is now his mini for now. Inside his office, he is on the table, and kind of fussing around him is Girth. And Girth is like trying to pat water on his head, and he doesn't look like he's knowing what to do. But the guildmaster looks to be unconscious.
Ragoth walks up, because I do have, not Grim Sage, sorry, Death's Doctor. So I have advantage on any medicine checks to stabilize him. If he does need that, does he look like he needs to be stabilized?
He looks like he's sleeping. There doesn't seem to be any wounds on him or anything. And Girth is kind of frantically like mopping his brow, and he immediately looks up and he says, "Ragoth, I don't know what happened. He expended so much magical energy. I think he's in a coma."
I have healing magic still.
You have to try. Pan's not here, otherwise I would have gotten her. But the city's like the meteors. Did you see those?
Can I kind of just
saw them, felt them?
Dude, terrible. Oh my goodness.
I want to kind of just put my hands on him, and can I do a medicine check to just figure out what's wrong with him and everything?
Mm-hmm. You can roll a medicine.
All right. Do I get advantage for this? Because of that doctor?
Yeah, you would.
Okay. That's a 22.
Okay. Ragoth, you kind of touch his forehead and kind of, with your draconic nail, kind of push the hair away from his temple to kind of look at it a little bit. There doesn't seem to be any physical wounds. It is all just an immense amount of magical expenditure, and he is most likely going to be in a deep sleep for quite a long time.
He looks at the girls and goes, "He's going to be asleep for a while, but he'll be fine. He just needs to rest."
Oh, that's relief.
I think I was at like 62ish.
Oh, well, I'm so glad to hear that. I thought he was... I didn't know what was happening.
He needs to rest.
Tabby will walk up to the guildmaster and just kind of shake her head a little bit and pat his tiny hand and be like, "Good job. Good job. We're going to have to exchange some stories when you wake up." Okay, he's safe. The bar doesn't look too bad. Girth. She'll turn to Girth.
Uh-huh.
Was anybody injured?
Yeah, there were some people that were injured on the outskirts of the city. From what I heard, the guildmaster saved most of the city, but there's still some damage.
Okay, I want you to gather up as much residents from the guild and send them out to the destructed areas to help clean up the mess. The least we can do is lend a helping hand.
Yeah, I can help too. And Girth starts to run out. And as he's exiting, that's when Matey and Naru are coming in.
All
right. Naru, do you still have the hot thing?
Sorry, I was muted. As soon as I get in there, I go and I grab Tabby and Tabby, you may be the most intelligent person in this guild, but I am the wisest person in this guild. I almost got possessed by a ghost.
I've been through a lot today. So are you telling me that now we have two people?
Wants to eat me. He wants to be in my brain and drive me nuts. Tabby, I am wise enough to avoid it. I am the wisest person in this guild.
All right. We have the smartest and the wisest now.
Sageatta, hearing this, goes over to the liquor cabinet behind the bar grabs a bottle of liquor.
Not the time for this.
Goes over and pours off everyone a glass. It's like,
Tabby takes it and downs it instantly. Not a second thought. She's like, I've had a shit day today. I'd love for this to end better. Holy crap.
Matey coughs, despite not having, lungs.
Matey, is Her Royal Highness anywhere nearby?
Not as far as I'm aware. She seemed very insistent on that rune, though. Oh,
Yeah.
shit, what happened to Taco?
He's just exhausted. He used a lot of energy. Naru, let's put the rune in the locked storage. You have
I'm
part
pretty
of the
happy
code,
with
right?
it. I'm pretty happy with it where it's at.
Okay,
I need to
okay,
decide
fine.
what we're doing.
Fine. Our priority right now is to help the town. Girth is going out collecting some of the guild members. Apparently, some of the destruction has happened around the town from the meteors. The least we can do is offer a helping hand.
I can put out more than 1 or 2 fires.
Perfect. One more shot, please, Sageatta, and then I'm gonna go help. She'll stick out the empty cup.
I have no idea what the hell happened, but we're alive, and I only lost 1 arrow.
I'm so happy for you. Another shot, please, and then I gotta go help
He
the
pours-
surrounding towns.
Ragoth hands her his. He goes, after last time, I'm not drinking.
he pours another shot, and it's like, all right, I'll go help the town, but I'm taking the bottle.
That's fair. Tabby will down Ragoth's drink, take his
Okay.
hand, and drag him towards the exit of the guild. Come on, let's go.
Can I catch myself on fire briefly to just, let out some stress? And then, oh no, they're leaving, and we were going to discuss what to do with the rune.
Ragoth did follow them as well. So
Okay.
In doing so, the floor and then one of the tables kind of starts to ignite a little bit.
I do not ignite it that much, just my head.
There's spilled oil, spilled alcohol that catches on the table.
Oh, crap. Cantrip, control flame, put out flame.
You were successful.
Thank God.
fuck's
Tabby
sake,
did-
mate.
Tabby did not see that, correct? Good.
Nope.
She had already left.
Not my fault.
Ragoth, did you go out too?
Yeah, he left.
Invisibilize
Okay. Matey,
Um,
do you know why she wanted this very hot rock?
Probably something to do with the fact that she was some kind of demonic entity, and therefore wanted it to maybe power herself up or augment her abilities. But because we didn't get to her in time, and because she was a pissy little bitch, she decided that it would be better to just try and take over you, and I presume is now dead or back in the fucked up hell that she come from.
Okay.
But
My
that's just an assumption. I know she's not back in here. He like bangs the side of his head again.
Okay. I want to help them put out the flame, but I'm a little worried about this ghost that's around. So should we go help them put out flame, do disaster management, then decide what to do with the very hot rock?
Yeah, I just need to know before we close out, are you going to try to keep it or are you going to try to give it to the guild for any reason?
I want to talk with Taco about it, but he's out, so
Taco is indefinitely out.
indefinitely out?
You don't know when he's going to wake up. As far as Ragoth could tell, he's spent an enormous amount of magical energy and is in a coma.
Okay, can I draw the rune that was on the rock to be able to see what it to try to get more information about it?
Do you want to get it out?
No.
Matey would like to request to interact with the rune itself, just to see what happens, because he is 100% convinced that the ghost is no longer around.
We wait till Tabs and Ragoth get back.
Oh, they're gone to help.
Okay.
I will say once Ragoth's done helping, he's finding the nearest tavern that's still open. He's going in, he's ordering food and tall glass of water, and he's going to bed.
Okay.
A long rest.
An extra long rest. He's getting bonus hit die. I don't know how he's gonna do it, but he's gonna do it.
It's called level up because I think you're 9
One-
point
one-
something.
Indeed,
Okay.
and actually I do finally level up. So woo!
Did I have asked Tabby before she leaves if she
No,
wants
it
to
didn't
help
happen.
us decide what to do with the rock?
She already left.
She told you.
She told me to what? What did she tell me again?
I told you to put it in the safe, and you said it was safe in your bag, and she said okay.
Okay. Then she doesn't care.
So Matey's standing in front of Naru asking to see the rune.
She hella cares, but you don't know that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she does care. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna do it when Tabby's back, but right now we have some people to help. Is that cool?
Mm.
Cool. I go out and put out some flames.
Okay, so
Yeah, Matey will also help with damage control.
okay, so the camera begins to fade out as Naru and Matey kind of trudge out of the tavern, leaving it completely empty. Outside, you see a brilliantly blue night, cloudless, stars in the sky, and a little plume of smoke on the edge of the city. And the adventurers leave to go repair and fix any damages. And the camera fades out. And that is the end of our game. So thank
You don't
you
get to
very
go
much
back
for
and
playing.
my-
decide what to do with the rock.
That was so much fun.
We almost died by a
Yeah.
meteor swarm, guys.
We almost
Holy
died.
Yeah.
shit. That would have been a TPK. Oh,
Oh
my
my
god.
Yeah.
So-
Also,
That
I
was
now
terrible.
have.
Tabby, you and me, we rock.
The wisest person in the guild and the
Actually-
smartest person in the guild.
Yes, we are
I
awesome.
will say. I do want to say Ragoth heard that comment that Naru made about being wisest, and he just bit his tongue so hard because he's based on wisdom, and he's just sitting there like, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not.
Hey,
gonna
you
do
activated
it. I'm not
Zephyr
gonna do it.
Strike.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm
You
not
No,
gonna do
it was totally meant to be a joke. I hope you realize that.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
But Ragoth was 100% just. I swear to God.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything. All right. Well, I think we do have probably a couple things to wrap up, but I'm going to do that off the stream. So I'm going to end the recording and I'll try to upload it tonight, so it's up tomorrow morning if possible. But thank you all so much for playing. I know it was a super last minute game. I had a blast running it. I'm sorry about how close you guys got to dying. I'm still trying to get
Dude.
better at managing higher level games.
We're
And
just,
fine.
we're,
No, it's
just
perfect.
lucky, we're just lucky that everyone but Matey had fire resistance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That saved us.
That was the only reason why I did not pass out. I was at like 11, 12, maybe 15 hit points just from the bludgeoning damage, and I didn't take any fire damage.
fantastic. Well, I'm going to end the stream and then I'll hang around to talk a little bit more. So have a good night, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Happy
Yeah.
dungeon delving.